WSGW-FM, Carlton.
This is CBS News on the Hour, sponsored by Rocket Mortgage.
Yes, developing news. Brittany Griner is coming home for Christmas.
She's safe. She's on a plane. She's on her way home.
President Biden, after the U.S. basketball star was freed in a dramatic high-level prisoner exchange for Russian arms dealer Victor Bout.
I'm glad to be able to say that Brittany's in good spirits. She's relieved to finally be heading home. And the fact remains that she's lost months of her life, experienced a needless trauma.
Be with you in about
Exchange took place on an
10
airport
minutes or so,
tarmac in the United Emirates.
Talk to you then.
Correspondent Margaret Brennan.
This is a one-for-one swap. The reason that is important is because the Biden administration has been trying for months to get out two Americans, Brittany Griner and Paul Whelan. He is a U.S. Marine veteran who's been 2018. At this hour, CBS is reporting that it is just a one-for-one swap.
Griner's wife, Sherelle, spoke to reporters at the White House.
BG and I will remain committed to the work of getting every American home, including Paul, whose family is in our hearts today.
Brittany Griner had been in prison since February when customs officials found hashish oil in her luggage. Mask mandates could make a comeback soon, with cases of COVID, flu, and RSV boosting hospitalizations by more than 20% in the past week. This mother's 10-month-old is among them in Massachusetts.
His belly was kind of sinking into his lower ribs, so that was the first really kind of big scary moment. It's really scary as a parent to see that happening to your baby.
More material from the White House discovered in South Florida, this time at a storage facility near Mar-a-Lago. Correspondent Scott McFarland says there were two documents marked classified.
Trump's legal team oversaw the late direction of a federal judge to ensure they were properly complying with a subpoena issued earlier this year. And a spokesperson for the former president says Trump and his counsel continue to be cooperative and transparent.
Power's back in Moore County, North Carolina.
I've never been so happy to see electricity in my life.
It was out for 5 days after a gun attack on two electrical substations last Saturday. Police in South Carolina report gunfire near a Duke Energy facility in Kershaw County. No suspects in either state. British news outlets are having a field day with Prince Harry and Meghan Markle's Netflix docuseries that debuted this morning.
The level of hate that has been stirred up in the last 3 years, especially against my wife and my son.
First 3 episodes describe the couple's harassment from the news media. This is CBS News.
Presented by Rocket Mortgage. Whether you're looking to purchase a new home or refinance yours, Rocket Mortgage. Home loan solutions that fit your life, Rocket can.
Want to pay less for gas? Stop at any one of your local 26 Forward Shell convenience stores where you'll save at least 5 cents a gallon on every fill-up with Shell Fuel Rewards. Earn even more cents off when you make purchases in-store on some of your favorite snacks and drinks. Stack the savings, and you can regularly save 10, 20, 30 cents or more off each gallon of gas. That's Fuel Rewards and your area Forward Shell convenience stores. And remember, when you want to pay less at the pump, go forward.
I wanted to know why some people who get COVID-19 get it so bad. I found out it may be because they have a high risk factor, such as heart disease, diabetes, being overweight, smoking, and asthma. Even if symptoms feel mild, these factors can increase your risk of COVID-19 turning severe. So if you're at high risk and test positive, there are things you can do, like asking your healthcare provider if an authorized oral treatment is right for you. Learn at COVID-19.com. This message is sponsored by Pfizer.
Attention all business owners who rent or lease space, including storage space. Stop wasting your money paying someone else for your space. You can now save a ton of money and own your own building with the incredible end-of-the-year sale prices from General Steel. That's right, start saving money every month on renting space from others. Just call 888-74-STEEL to see how General Steel can help you save money. Our 50-year structural warranty buildings are custom designed for your needs and save you a ton of money. Call 888-74-STEEL.
Take it from a successful entrepreneur. If you need to expand or start a new business, you need General Steel.
Great team and the competitive pricing is the reason I went with General Steel.
Call 888-74-STEEL now, and you can get any construction structures, including a 40 by 60 foot building or a 50 by 100 clear span building at end of the year savings. Call 888-74-STEEL. That's 888-747-8335. 888-74-STEEL.
WSGW News Time, 9:05. I'm Mike Percha. It's 32 degrees. The Michigan Department of Transportation is needing a little help with a Bay City bridge. MDOT is calling in experts from out of state to examine a structural issue with the Veterans Memorial Bridge, a part of the M25 state trunk line that runs across the Saginaw River between the Liberty and Lafayette bridges. The bridge was closed Tuesday afternoon after it became stuck in the open position. MDOT officials say a drive shaft went out of alignment by about an inch, which doesn't seem like much, but when moving hundreds of thousands of pounds of concrete and steel, it is quite significant. MDOT says they aren't sure how the issue happened or what it will take to repair it. Drivers to remain patient and to find alternate routes across the river. They say the bridge will not reopen until they're sure it's safe to drive across. Bay City's Liberty Bridge will be opening back up for drivers later this month. Bay City Bridge Partners announced Wednesday that the reopening is set for December 22nd, exactly 10 months after its closure in February. The bridge will feature new deck surfacing, electrical and mechanical systems, as well as a new tolling system, which utilizes electronic transponders. According to the Bay City Bridge Partners, tolling will not begin until March 2023, and Bay City residents with a transponder will be able to cross for free of charge for the first 5 years. Non-residents with a transponder can pay either $2, $15 each month for unlimited crossings. For more information, tolling rates, and how to get a transponder, go to baycitybridgepartners.com. WSGW News Time, 9:07.
This holiday season, join all of us at Wildfire Credit Union as we do something new and very special to benefit members of our community in need. Introducing Wildfire's Holiday Harvest Giveaway. From November through December, all Wildfire branches will have bags of shelf-stable food available to purchase for $10 per bag. Each bag can feed a family for up to 1 week. Wildfire worked in conjunction with Hidden Harvest to make the food available, and all partnered with area food pantries to ensure all sold bags are handed out to families in need. Over 1,000 bags of food will be available for sale. We also have 150 bags for pets. All proceeds from the sold bags will go to Hidden Harvest to further support their ongoing mission of getting food to families. Let's do something special together and make the holidays a little easier and brighter for those in need. Wildfire Credit Union, distinctively better.
WSGW News Time, 9:08. The weather forecast is next. 2 college football players, one from U of M and one from MSU, will appear in court today for probable cause hearings. Smith is charged with carrying a concealed weapon, which is a felony offense, after a traffic stop in October. Michigan State's Kari Crump faces a charge of felony assault with a dangerous weapon after swinging his helmet during a fight in the tunnel following the U of M Michigan State game. The bond for each player has been set at $5,000. Oscar Mayer is recalling 2,400 pounds of their ready-to-eat cold cuts following concerns of cross-contamination. MNN's Alexis Ware has this report.
Kraft Heinz Foods Company announcing earlier this week the 16-ounce cold cut packages may have come into contact with under-processed cleaned. The company says the Oscar Mayer ham and cheese loaf products are the ones that were affected. Those who purchased the recalled food are asked to throw it out or return it for a refund. I'm Alexis Ware for the Michigan News Network.
Amazon is planning to thank its delivery drivers with $5 million in holiday bonuses this year, but they're relying on customers to help make that happen. Those who wish to spread some gratitude can tell their Alexa device, "Alexa, thank my driver," and a thank you will be sent to the driver who delivered your last package. The drivers who receive the first million thank yous will get $5 each. The gesture is in response to the company recently hitting a milestone of 15 billion packages delivered across the United States. When you see news happening, call the WSGW newsroom at 752-0790. It's 9:10. I'm Mike Percha.
Here's your WSGW weatherology forecast. Mostly cloudy for today. Highs top out near 38 degrees. Winds east-northeasterly, 5 to 10 miles per hour. Tonight it remains mostly cloudy. Temperatures hold steady in the 30s. Winds stay east-northeast around 5 miles per hour. Friday still mostly cloudy. Chance for rain and snow developing. Highs approach 40. Winds east-northeast again 5 to 15. Higher gusts possible. Friday night any rain and snow ends early. Otherwise partial clearing is possible. Lows drop to 28. And then Saturday cloudiness thickens back up. I'm Phil Jensko with the WSGW weatherology forecast.
Right now it's 31.
Now, the only local radio talk show offering you the chance to ask your questions and express your opinions from around your block to around the world. The Art Lewis Show is on 100.5 and 790 WSGW and online, WSGW.com.
Well, good morning to you and welcome to another edition of the Art Lewis Show from my Saginaw Spirit home studio. Nice to have you with us today. Our program sponsored by Westside Decorating Center in Saginaw. Stop in at 4789 State Street to see their newly expanded showroom with everything needed for home decorating. We'll have open phones later on this hour and next, but we're going to begin this hour talking about a subject which I think we all think about at this time of the year, every year, flu shots and the like. And with us to talk about it from Blue Cross Blue Shield of Michigan, we say good morning to Dr. James Grant. Doctor, good morning.
Good morning, Art. How are you?
We're doing well, thanks.
Great.
So how important are flu shots after coming off the pandemic where everybody's been drilled with vaccination?
Well, they're real important. As a matter of fact, they're pretty much independent of the COVID vaccine. So we've heard the word vaccine more in the past 2.5 years than we thought we'd ever hear in a lifetime. But long before COVID, we had the flu shot. Long before COVID, we had the flu shot that helped save lives, helped reduce disease, helped reduce illness, and we can't forget about that. It's easy to forget because we're very focused on getting the COVID vaccine, getting boosters. But we cannot forget the old flu shot that we've been doing for years and years.
It's interesting to know that it's a guess, isn't it, as to what strain of flu is going to be out there this year.
It's a guess, but Art, it's a scientific guess. Scientists really work on the formulation of the upcoming flu vaccine. That's their job all year. It's not like they just come in and they figure, well, it could be this or it could be that. There's a lot of science that goes behind what the formulation is going to be for that particular upcoming flu season.
How do they know how to formulate against a virus they don't know they're going to have?
The scientists and the researchers, they've got formulas, they've got studies, they've got research labs, they've got ways of predicting. Do they ever hit spot on? I don't think they can ever hit spot on, but they get pretty close. Some seasons are better than other seasons. Yeah. But you know what? A little bit less effective vaccine against the flu is still leaps and bounds better than no vaccine at all.
Yeah. Are we going to reach a point where we're going to need a COVID vaccine every year? We'll need a flu vaccine every year. Can we put them together?
Like in the same injection?
Yeah.
We may be at that point one day. I mean, that actually is what I call in the category to be determined. But I tell everybody, including myself, there's no reason you can't get the flu vaccine and the COVID vaccine at the same time.
Which is what I did. At least I got my second booster and the flu shot at the same time.
Good. You did it. You did it, Art.
Yeah. It was, and it's interesting. We all react differently to vaccines, don't we?
Everyone. I'll be honest with you. We all react differently within ourselves to vaccines. So I've gotten, my full complement. I've gotten, my boosters are up to date. Some of the times I've had no reaction. Some of the times I've had a sore arm. One time I was just incredibly tired for a day. So the same person can get the vaccine and actually have a different reaction.
Let me ask about this booster scenario with COVID for a minute. The newer booster, which is the one I got, also looks at the newer variations. Is this going to be an ongoing thing? Are we going to have booster number 3 and then booster number 4? And
well, we knew we were going to have this booster with the variants that came out last year. We haven't heard a lot of discussions about having a whole, variant sub B booster for the upcoming year. So time will tell. We're looking at the numbers. Our numbers, as you see, I think as I was waiting for you to bring me on, I heard the discussion that COVID, RSV, flu numbers may be rising, and a lot of areas are talking about greater mask encouragement. So it's become part of our lives now, and we're just trying to sort of track it and figure out where we're going to be to keep our community safe.
I mean, is COVID ever going to go away, or is this now, like the flu, going to be with us all the time?
I think, COVID, the difference between COVID, Art, and the flu is COVID is, a little less seasonal. The flu is pretty much, October to, March or April. COVID right now is part of our lives, but if you notice, it's not the same intensity. So I suspect, and it's just a personal opinion, over time, we'll probably reach some kind of level where it's part of our lives, but it doesn't consume our lives.
That would be nice, because it certainly has consumed our lives, hasn't it?
It's changed millions of people's lives. It has really changed how we do things.
So people understand, what made COVID so different than any other type of disease?
In the beginning, what really made COVID different is we really didn't know a lot about it. We didn't know how deadly it could be. We didn't have a vaccine for it, and we didn't have a lot of effective treatments. And let's pump back. We're forgetting, March of 2020, April of 2020, where we're seeing hundreds of thousands of millions of people dying every day. We were seeing cities, take a look at the pictures in New York, actually even in the Detroit area, New York, Chicago. You saw just trucks full of refrigerators with people who had passed away. We weren't ready for anything like this. The world wasn't ready for anything like this.
Can you really be ready for anything like this? I mean, the last time that happened was 1918 or something like that?
Yeah, and times were different then. Can you be ready? No. Did we learn an incredible amount? Of course. Yeah. And remember, the vaccine was first released for the public on December 13th of 2020, whereas our first case in Michigan, I think, was the first or second week of March. So it took us that long just to get the vaccine, and then we had to get the population inoculated, and then we started having some treatments that worked, some treatments that didn't.
Yeah. The vaccine is an interesting story, though, because it rarely does a new medicine come to market that quickly.
No. And, kudos to everybody that was on these teams, and there were thousands of people, and they did an incredible amount of work getting it through the regulatory processes. A lot of the work, Art, had already been done because of sort of similar viruses over the years. So they just had to step it up. So when you want to look at great things this country can pull off, I think the vaccine in a 9-month period shows what we can do when we work together.
From a professional standpoint, you're a doctor. There was a lot of talk, anti-vax talk.
Mm-hmm.
How did that happen, and what was the consequence of that?
There's a lot of the anti-vax talk. Is how did that happen? I think in this world of, there's a lot of skepticism, and it was an unknown, so I can understand anxiety. But we had to take a look at the whole picture. In a world now that we can communicate, we have our laptop, we have our phone, and we can just spread our information widely. And there was, I understand people's anxieties, but I also understand we had a population that we had to save. And we showed that once that vaccine came in, we showed that people were dying less frequently. People were in the hospital less frequently. I understand angst, but there are times that we just got to move forward. And the science proved how effective the vaccine is.
And correct me if I'm wrong. Any vaccine can have a risk to some people, right?
Yeah, of course, it can, but you have to, anything we do ever, we have to weigh the risk versus the benefits. The risk from any disease or any long-term disease from a vaccine, obviously any long-term effects are still to be determined because it's only been out for 2 years. Actually 2 years next week. It's only been out for 2 years, but we have to look at the risk of what we know from the vaccine versus things like getting COVID, long COVID, dying from COVID, being on a ventilator from COVID. So you got to weigh the risks and the benefits. To me, it wasn't everyone I know, everyone I care about, everyone I speak to. I do everything I can to encourage them, get the vaccine and get it updated.
You know what was worrisome about this too, with all the anti-vax talk, I think it's led some parents to withhold their children from getting vaccinated. That's not a good thing, is it?
No, Art, that's really sad. That's really sad. And we've got to do what we can because we showed that, the COVID after a while, it was affecting kids and it was hitting kids. And our researchers did everything they could to get the vaccine out to kids as fast as they could, because kids, they go to school, and all it takes, because COVID is so contagious, all it takes really is one or two kids in the classroom to start spreading it to others. They spread it to others. They come back and they spread it to their families, and the other way around. You don't want families coming home and spreading it to their kids. That's why we need to get the population vaccinated, so that those few unvaccinated people aren't spreading it to others.
All right, so let's go back to the beginning of this conversation. We started out talking about the flu vaccine. What is the period of time when someone should be vaccinated? Usually it starts in what, about September?
September, October, and it's usually good for about 6 months, which is sort of the duration of the flu.
So anytime in that 6 months.
Yeah, at any time. Right? Well, you know, it doesn't make a lot of sense to get it in April, but really, if you can get it September, October, November. If someone came to me and said, "Well, it's December 8th, so I'm not going to get it because I'm too late," no, it's not too late. Get it today.
Yeah, I think in my life, the times I've had the flu has always been like February. Sometime around that time.
And that's the peak, and that's when the vaccine's at its peak too, Art.
Yeah, but I haven't had it since I've been vaccinated, which has been years and years and years. So in conclusion, why should people get vaccinated?
You got to be vaccinated as being a member of the community. You got to be vaccinated for your own personal health. You've got to be vaccinated because what you'll do is you'll avoid or minimize a disease that could really have some bad effects. And we've proven, Art, that all these vaccines are safe. And we have to, if we're going to beat these viruses, if we're going to make sure we have a healthy society, we all have to do our part.
Let me ask one more question here, because there was movement in the federal government. They passed legislation which will make vaccines $0 after the first of the year. Should everybody run out and get shingles vaccines, for example, which are very expensive if you don't have that $0?
Yeah, shingles is something that it's something we forget about. It's something that we have to really make sure that we're updated on our shingles vaccines. That shingles it's an awful disease if you should get it. Years ago, the treatments were difficult for it. The vaccine has actually changed the way we do things, and I can't say enough things about shingles to make sure you're updated on that vaccine in particular too.
And that'll be $0 after the first of the year.
Yeah, that's what the government's doing. That's what the government's doing.
And what's Blue Cross Blue Shield of Michigan doing?
The Blue Cross Blue Shield of Michigan, as a good community partner, does what the government tells us to do.
Well, Dr. Grant, look, thanks for spending some time with us this morning, and have yourself a great holiday season, you and your family.
You too, Art. Always a pleasure.
Thank you, sir. Have a good one. Bye-bye.
You too. Bye.
Dr. James Grant from Blue Cross Blue Shield of Michigan. So there you go. We will now turn our attention for the remainder of the program right up through 11 o'clock with open phones, 989-752-6111, the number to call.
Homeowners, Bob Wilsey of Suntech Wind and Solar here in Standish. Are you looking for energy independence for your home? You should be. Michigan utilities are closing their remaining coal plants soon, resulting in more power outages. Home solar will It provides power during the grid outage. It reduces your light bill every day the sun shines. Unlike a generator, it just sits there. I'd love to show you how it all works. Come visit us at 319 South Main Street in Standish or visit us at suntech-windsolar.com.
It could be the best years of your life. In retirement, you'll finally get to do what you want to do. But you have to plan for it. Start by tuning into Mindy and Nolan McIntosh of McIntosh & Associates every Sunday at noon for Wealth Michigan with the McIntoshes. Make retirement the best time of your life. Tune in Sundays at noon for Wealth Michigan with the McIntoshes. Firm offers insurance services. Investment advisory services offered only by duly registered individuals through AE Wealth Management, LLC.
Did you know there's a conservative advocacy and benefits organization with over 2 million members and counting? It's AMAC, the Association of Mature American Citizens. Hi, this is Mary Walter. Here are 3 reasons why you should consider joining AMAC right now. First, AMAC saves you money from discounts on and plans, access to insurance products, and more. Joining AMAC is a powerful tool against inflation. Second, with a bi-monthly magazine, daily website content, podcasts with America's thought leaders, and an app that delivers insightful coverage of the issues that matter most. AMAC is a trusted source of information. And third, the reason that people say is their favorite is that AMAC fights for your conservative values on Capitol Hill. With more than 2 million members, AMAC is a voice that cannot be ignored, working tirelessly to preserve the freedom secured by our Constitution. Go to amac.us/liberty and join today. That's amac.us/liberty. amac.us/liberty.
I'm Elizabeth McDonald, and this is the Fox Business Report.
There's a fresh reading on the job market. The number of people filing for unemployment benefits for the first time last week was 230,000, an increase of just 4,000. Many thousands of job cuts that are being reported. Though continuing claims, those still receiving benefits came in more than expected at 1.67 million. That's an increase of 62,000. Apple is planning to upgrade its data encryption practices. The Wall Street Journal says the new system, Advanced Data Protection, would keep data secure that's stored in iCloud. However, the data would also be inaccessible to law enforcement, even with a warrant. Tesla's Shanghai factory saw record sales in November, despite China's overall market shrinking. That's your Fox Business Report. I'm Ginny Cosola, invested in you.
This holiday season, the Tunnel to Towers Foundation delivers on its promise to do good and never forget the sacrifices America's greatest heroes have made for us with their annual Season of Hope. Between Thanksgiving and New Year's Eve, the foundation will deliver mortgage-free homes to America's catastrophically injured veterans, fallen first responder families, and Gold Star families. Bring hope to heroes. Donate $11 a month to Tunnel to Towers at T2T.org.
Listen to this station anytime, anywhere on Odyssey. Odyssey is your new audio home for all the music, news, sports, and podcasts that matter to you. Odyssey. That's AUDACY.
Hi, this is Joe Cordell with the law firm Cordell & Cordell. Divorce can be complicated, especially if children are involved. If you're a father and want to protect your role in your children's lives, remember Cordell & Cordell. We've helped men with matters like these for 30 years, and we'd love to help you.
Contact Cordell & Cordell to schedule an appointment with one of our firm attorneys, a partner men can count on. Offices in Troy and Ann Arbor. Online at CordellCordell.com. That's CordellCordell.com.
This is Staples.
So rumor has it that Staples has everything I need to ship.
Mm-hmm. We have all the shipping supplies and services you need.
Boxes?
Yep.
Mailers?
Yeah, and we have UPS here in store.
Huh. What will Staples think of next?
Right?
No, seriously, I'm asking, what will they think of next?
Staples is your one-stop shipping destination. Now get 50% off shipping boxes, mailers, or tubes when you buy 5 of the same item in-store or online with 1-hour pickup. Staples, the best-kept secret in shipping. Ends 12/31. Exclusions apply. Visit staplesconnect.com/shipping for details.
WSGW invites you to join with Covenant Kids, Impact Saginaw Credit Unions for Lights Before Christmas. It's an opportunity to shine a little light into the lives of hospitalized children during the holidays. Every night from Monday, December 5th through Friday, December 9th, you're invited to the Covenant Healthcare parking lot at 1000 Houghton Avenue in Saginaw. You can start gathering around 6:30 p.m. And at 7 o'clock, we'll shine lights toward the windows of the hospitalized kids for 2 minutes. You can shine flashlights, glow foam tubes, or anything that lights up. Free flashlights will be provided to the first 100 attendees each night by Impact Saginaw Credit Unions. Each evening, a different musical act will be featured for entertainment, from cookies and hot chocolate and more to be given away. And you can further help by donating a new, unwrapped toy at Impact Saginaw Credit Union locations. Visit WSTW.com and click on the Lights Before Christmas box for all the information you need so you can join in.
On the next Markley Van Camp and Robbins show,
I guess we'll try to make sense of it all. That is a very, very difficult.
Markley, Van Camp, and Robbins. Weekdays at noon on 100.5 and 790. News Radio WSGW.
All right, back with you here on the Art Lewis Show. And as I mentioned, we'll have open phones for the remainder of this hour and all of next hour, 989-752-6111. If you've been to the gas pump lately, you know that prices have begun to drop. As a matter of fact, yesterday we traveled to Birch Run toward the end of the afternoon yesterday in the evening, and I'll talk about that in a moment. But we traveled to Birch Run, and in doing so, passing through Bridgeport and that area, we saw prices on the big signs as low as $2.89. I think we saw one of them at. So, you know, we are quick to point out all the bad news out there. So we have to point out a little good news too. You may ask why the drop in gasoline prices. Well, it is a worldwide energy demand decline. And in supply and demand, it drove energy prices lower. The national average price for regular gasoline stood at $3.33 a gallon on Thursday. That's according to AAA. A year ago, it was $3.34. So, gee, we're down a penny from a year ago. Wow. At the peak, of course, gasoline prices in some areas were over $5 a gallon. And the price of a barrel of oil had risen to $120 in March and June. This week, it's at $72 a barrel, which shows you the influence the world oil price has. And it certainly is a good thing for everyone. It is only one piece of the puzzle, though, when it comes to inflation. Obviously, if you go to the store, food prices haven't followed suit all that much. And we'll talk about that. But I do want to mention, I said we went down to Birch Run last night. Mike Avery, who you hear on the Outdoor Magazine program here on WSGW on the weekends, had one of his Wednesday night lives, which he does a podcast every Wednesday Night Live, at Oscar and Joey's restaurant in Birch Run, run by Dave Miner, who we all know and love as Dixie Dave. And the reason was it was sort of a fond farewell to a point to Chef Dave Miner. After many years in the restaurant business, Dave and his lovely wife Terry have decided that it was time to leave the business, and they sold the property and the restaurant. And it will not be a restaurant. It's going to be something else in the future, which we can talk about later on. But I just wanted to take a moment. I've known Dave for a long time. We've interviewed him numerous times over the years, including our Listen to the Mrs. Days and when he has events, because he does a lot of catering for fundraising events. The good news is he's still going to be doing that. He has plans to continue catering the big fundraising events that he does, like Mike Avery's dinner every year at his church, 600 people. tough to get tickets because it sells out the minute he mentions it. So I just wanted to take a moment to wish Dave and his wife Terry all the best in the world. Whatever the future holds for them, may it be bright and make them happy, and that's the key. It's I was reminded how good a chef Dave is by the food that was brought out last night. It was absolutely exceptional, and always has been. So he will be missed from that standpoint, where you could, decide one day you want to go down for a meal and you go down to Oscar and Joey's, but it's not going to be there anymore. But the good news is that at least we will know Dave will still be out there doing a little catering, and that we will be able from time to time to catch up with him at one of his events. And it was kind of neat. Mike did his thing. And it was a fond farewell to the restaurant. We're going to take a break, come back, and we will get to our phones. Russ, hang on. You'll be first up when we return here on the Art Lewis Show.
Had your family's eyes checked lately? Most insurances end at the end of the year, so if you don't use it, you lose it. Now's the time to get that annual exam you've been putting off. Having school-aged children's eyes checked can help treat possible issues with schoolwork and prevent other eye-related diseases. To make an appointment with Dr. Cox, Dr. Kazmarek, or Dr. Engel at their Saginaw or Hemlock locations, call 792-8686. Associates in Eye Care, caring for our patients as we would want to be treated.
Hi, this is Doug Williams with Dick Williams Gun Shop, a proud sponsor of Rescue Ministries' annual Sharing Hope Radiothon broadcast live on this station December 15th. For the homeless in our community, hope often starts with safe shelter and a hot meal. I want to invite you to lead the way by being one of the first to make a gift of hope to this year's Radiothon. You can donate online right now at r3monline.org. And if you do so, we'll double your gift. Thank you for caring for your neighbors in need. And remember, need knows no season. God's blessings this holiday season.
What's the most important part of a retirement plan?
Income is king because we only need income. And if you don't have an income plan, you don't have a retirement plan.
That's Kevin Ray, financial coach at Insight Folios. Kevin tells his listeners every week about the importance of income planning, minimizing taxes, and strategies to lead a worry-free retirement. Learn all about that and get your own comp by calling 888-885-PLAN. That's 888-885-7526.
I'll second guest dinners with friends because they can be interrupted by diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or oily stools. It turns out I have EPI, or exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, which means I'm missing the enzymes needed to digest food. My doctor prescribed Creon, pancrelipase, an oral prescription medication that replaces pancreatic digestive enzymes. Creon treats EPI due to cystic fibrosis, chronic pancreatitis, pancreatectomy, or other conditions.
Creon may increase your chance of fibrosing colonopathy, a rare bowel disorder. Tell your doctor if you have a history of intestinal blockage or scarring or thickening of your bowel wall, if you're allergic to pork, or if you have gout, kidney problems, or worsening of painful swollen joints. Call your doctor. Your gastrointestinal symptoms or allergic reactions. Take Creon as directed by your doctor and always with food. Do not chew capsules as this may cause mouth irritation. Other side effects may include blood sugar changes, gas, dizziness, sore throat, and cough. These are not all the side effects of Creon.
Creon is the #1 prescribed EPI treatment. Ask your doctor about Creon for EPI and visit creoninfo.com or call 800-633-9110 to learn more. That's CREONinfo.com.
Teaching your parents how the internet works? Hard. Trusting the NetSpend All Access account to help you build a better financial future? Easy. Reinventing the mobile banking experience around YOU. Banking services provided by Pathward NA. NetSpend has been trusted by over 10 million and is rated great on Trustpilot. Go beyond banking with the NetSpend All Access account. Get started today at netspend.com. NetSpend has been rated great on Trustpilot as of November 2022. Deposit account is established by Pathward NA, member FDIC. Deposit account opening is subject to registration and 90 verification. Terms and costs apply.
Let's face it, credit cards are pretty much a necessity.
New tires for the car.
I order takeout, here's my card. And most of us just accept its charge as a necessary evil.
What are you going to do?
Get a low fixed-rate credit card consolidation loan from Lightstream from $5,000 to $100,000 and pay off those credit card balances. Apply online, and you could get your money as soon as the day you apply. The average credit card company charges over 19% APR. But with Lightstream, you can get a fixed rate as low as 7.99% APR with autopay and excellent credit.
Now I can pay off my high-interest credit cards and save money at a much lower rate.
Apply today at lightstream.com/radio and get an additional interest rate discount. That's lightstream.com/radio. Lightstream.com/radio.
Subject to credit approval. Rates range from 7.9. 49% APR and include a 0.5% auto pay discount. Lowest rate requires excellent credit. Terms and conditions apply and offers are subject to change without notice. Visit lightstream.com/radio for more information.
The Saginaw Spirit play here.
Turning shot, save and rebound, and a shot, they score! Roberto Mancini cashes in on the loose puck, and Saginaw has a 5-3 lead in the third period.
The Saginaw Spirit continue their weekend road trip with a stop at the Barrie Colts on Thursday night. Join Dylan Clark for all the action, with coverage beginning at 7:15 p.m. on 100.5 FM News Radio WSGW. The Spirit are back home next week. Visit SaginawSpirit.com for ticket info.
It's Saginaw Spirit Hockey on WSGW.
Dickinson pivots back. Rebound, laid it up and in, and Michigan with 8 straight leads again, 50-49.
The Michigan Wolverines open up the Big Ten schedule when they take on the Minnesota Golden Gophers on the road. Coverage begins at 8:30 tonight on 790 News Radio WSGW.
From the Premier Kitchen and Bath Gallery Showroom and Design Center Studios, you are listening to 100.5 and 790 WSGW.
And we are back with you here on the Art Lewis Show, and Russ is in Bay City. Good morning, Russ.
Good morning, Art. Well, Biden's made the trade.
Yep. Well, he made one anyway. He didn't get both of them.
We have traded an extremely dangerous Russian international weapons trafficker to save a black trans woman, literally spokesperson.
A what?
For
So what? Wait. Who cares whether she's a black trans woman? What's that got to do with it?
Well, why do you think the straight white man's still sitting in prison?
Well, I don't know the answer to that, but I wouldn't. You know,
I know this. If it had been a Republican president that made that same trade,
everything is political,
Whelan, and left Brittany in there, you can bet race and LGBT would.
Yeah, well, it didn't happen that way, so don't talk about it that way.
Both ways. So, and anyway, my point is now I don't ever want to hear them talk about domestic gun control again.
Yeah, well, good
when
luck.
They have no problem facilitating international weapons trafficking, they've lost all credibility on gun control whatsoever.
Okay. I mean, I think they ought to get Whelan out, and I'm surprised they didn't.
He's going to die in a Russian prison.
You don't know that.
Oh, well, I'd be willing to.
Yeah, I know you're always willing to bet on speculation, Russ, but I don't deal in it. So my point is they should work to get him out the same way they've worked to get her out. Period.
Yeah, we'll see. If past performance is any indication. But like I say, my point is I don't ever want to hear them talk about domestic gun control again. They released an international drug trafficker.
No, an international arms dealer.
What? Pardon me?
International arms dealer.
Yes, arms dealer. And that's why they've lost all credibility on any kind of gun control.
Okay, well, I don't think they had any anyway.
Facilitate international weapons trafficking. I don't want to hear.
You didn't hear me, though. You didn't hear what I said.
What's that?
I don't think they had any credibility on gun control anyway.
Well, no, but it's typically what you look at any socialist nation, and no, they do not allow their I don't want to call them citizens because a citizen insinuates that they have freedoms, but I mean they don't allow their people to be armed. That's just too dangerous. They can't control them.
Yeah, we know that.
So
that's one of the things that makes this country different.
Well, hopefully, at least for a little while longer.
All right, I'm not as big a pessimist.
I know you're not. Wish I wasn't. I used to be an optimist. You really did, and it's not there anymore.
All right.
From what I'm seeing from the 40 and under crowd, they want this.
All right.
They want this. They cheer this.
All right, Russ.
So
talk to you again.
Have a good day.
Bye-bye now. Mark is in Midland. Mark, good morning. Morning, Mark.
You had a family. Are you there?
Yep. Now we are. Go ahead.
Okay. You had a family member that worked for the FBI.
No, Treasury. Treasury? Special
My
Agent
apologies.
Treasury.
Okay. Feel about Jim Baker and what he's done with ditching stories and hiding stories so that the pub. What's that?
It was wrong. Listen.
It was wrong.
It was wrong, and he should be held accountable. Well, Musk did. He fired him, but that's, after the fact. This whole issue of social media and the ability to stifle stories for political reasons it's coming to the forefront, and now they're going to have to answer for it. Now they're going to have to answer for it.
Right.
So I'm not here to tout Elon Musk or anything else, but you can say one thing about the guy. He sure stirs the water, and a lot of times what bubbles up to the surface you don't like to see. And we've just seen it.
Right. Stories could come out on Republicans as well. I mean, Elon Musk is a wild card.
Yeah.
But however, we're dealing with the story that came out, and I just think that and I know you say, nah, but that's huge, and that story will continue to come out as far as what's been going on with Biden and Hunter, as far as investigations.
That's to be seen. That's to be seen, but I hope we find out.
Yep. Absolutely. Hey, I wanted to congratulate this administration for 15,000 across the border yesterday and the day before and the last few years. I think we're up to over. Hey, if you can't beat him, might as well join him, right? And let's congratulate him every time.
And he goes down to Arizona and doesn't go to the border.
The only border he's been is the Taco Bell border. Other than that, he has not gone.
Yep, I know.
He's refusing to go to the border. It's sad. And we just had an agent that was killed at the border for doing a high-speed chase.
Yep.
An unnecessary life was taken around Christmas because of this administration.
Well, the border has been.
Just needs to be done.
Something needs to be done, and it's been kicked down the road time and time and time again by Congress after Congress, president after president. I will say Donald Trump probably is the only one that came into office and said, I'm going to do something. People laughed at what he wanted to do, but at least he was doing something. And, we haven't seen much else. So, all right.
And I don't think Trump is good. Oh, well,
real quick. Go ahead.
You have a great day.
All right. Talk to you again. Yeah. Go ahead. Go ahead.
That's all. All
right.
I just don't think Trump's going to run.
That's an interesting question. And
He's muddied up.
Well, that's the problem. Yeah. And I have to also believe Biden may find challenges in his own party.
Right.
So it's going to be interesting to see what happens, but that's down the road yet.
Absolutely.
All right.
Yep.
Good enough, Mark.
All right.
Have a good one. Take care. Bye-bye now. Line's open for you. Give us a call. It's the Art Lewis Show.
Service. It's hard to find these days. Well, the folks at M&R Garage Door have built their business on it. In fact, it's fair to say that service is their specialty. M&R Garage Door has earned the right to say that by taking care of their customers in the Tri-Cities for over 50 years. M&R doors for every style and every budget. This Christmas, give the gift they can open every day of the year. Call M&R at 894-0971 for all of your garage door and opener needs. Remember, M&R Garage Door, service is their specialty.
Some things are never really a choice, like wearing your muddy boots in the house, quitting before the job's done, buying seed without service. They just don't make sense. That's why AgriGold gives you the best of both worlds. We're big enough to deliver top-tier genetics and traits, but small enough to give you the personalized service you need to thrive. Because like you, we know choosing seed without service isn't really a choice. Need help choosing? Learn more at .com.
I'm getting vaccinated with Prevnar 20.
So am I, because I'm at risk for pneumococcal pneumonia.
I'm asking about Prevnar 20 because there's a chance pneumococcal pneumonia could put me in the hospital. Age 65 or older, you may be at increased risk for pneumococcal pneumonia. Ask your doctor or pharmacist about getting vaccinated with Prevnar 20, pneumococcal vaccine, a Pfizer vaccine that can help protect against pneumococcal pneumonia in just one dose. Prevnar 20 is approved for adults to help prevent infections from 20 strains of the bacteria that cause pneumococcal pneumonia. Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you've had a severe allergic reaction to the vaccine or its ingredients. Adults with weakened immune systems may have a lower response. most commonly reported side effect was pain at the injection site. For additional common side effects and full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138 or visit Prevnar20.com.
I want to be able to keep my plans. So I'm asking my doctor about getting vaccinated with Prevnar 20.
2000, 2008, 2022. When it comes to some scary years, .com crash, housing crash, and the roller coaster we're going through right now. It's a dangerous time to not know your numbers. But over 31,000 businesses have the confidence and clarity they need because they rely on NetSuite by Oracle, the #1 cloud financial system. NetSuite gives you visibility and control of financials, inventory, HR, planning, and budgeting. Manage risk, get reliable forecasts, improve margins. Everything you need all in one place. So, how do you prepare for uncertain times? The answer, NetSuite. NetSuite helps you identify rising costs, automate your business processes, and easily see where to save money. That's why they improved their visibility and control when they upgraded to NetSuite. What are you waiting for? NetSuite is offering a one-of-a-kind flexible financing program. Head to netsuite.com/radar. netsuite.com/radar.
Attention all business owners who rent or lease space, including storage space. Stop wasting your money paying someone else for your space. You can now save a ton of money and own your own building with the incredible end-of-the-year sale prices from General Steel. That's right, start saving money every month on renting space from others. Just call 888-74-STEEL to see how General Steel can help you save money. Our 50-year structural warranty buildings are custom designed for your needs and save you a ton of money. Call for Steel.
Take it from a successful entrepreneur. If you need to expand or start a new business, you need General Steel.
Great team and the competitive pricing is the reason I went with General Steel.
Call 888-74-STEEL now, and you can get any of our popular quick construction structures, including a 40 by 60 foot building or a 50 by 100 clear span building at end of the year savings. Call 888-74-STEEL. That's 888-747-8335. 888-74-STEEL.
Michigan football is on WSGW.
JJ fired towards the end zone. Up and Coastal Mumlin's got it. Touchdown, Wolverines. Runs through a tackler to the goal line. Donovan Edwards. Touchdown. JJ's got it. And it is caught. Touchdown. Ronnie Bell in the back of the end zone. The Michigan Wolverines, back-to-back Big Ten championships.
The undefeated and back-to-back Big Ten champion Michigan Wolverines are back in the college football playoff semifinals, where they will face TCU in the Fiesta Bowl on December 31st. Coverage begins at 3 p.m. with kickoff at 4 on 790 News Radio WSGW. Michigan Championship Football is brought to you by Ringel Equipment Company, Schaefer and Beerline, Ram Truck in Frankenmuth, Zimmermatic Irrigation Solutions, North Bloomfield Properties, and Wolf Isles Ace Hardware in Saginaw. Michigan faces TCU in the National Championship Semis, live December 31st at 3 p.m. on 7 WSGW.
Your home for Michigan Wolverines football is WSGW.
All right, a little music of Mannheim Steamroller for you as we head to this holiday season. I thought I'd take a moment here to talk about our economy and what we think is ahead. What's 2023 going to be like? Now, I don't have a crystal ball, and my guess is no better or worse than anybody else's guess. If you listen to a lot of the economists, they say we are heading toward a recession. Based on a number of things. And, you know, when you look at the economy has had mixed messages this year. Obviously, inflation has just tore at us. We had a couple of periods of negative growth, which typically indicates a recession, but because there was so much other news going on that was more positive in the jobs market and things like that, a lot of folks, including some economists, were hesitant on calling it a recession. But now they think we are going to head to 1. We are seeing some effects that the job market might take a pretty good hit. Media companies throughout the United States are reassessing their need for employees. The big ones I'm talking about, the CNNs of the world and the giant media companies are adjusting their payrolls downward. We saw Elon Musk come in and just rip apart Twitter. And those are jobs that are lost. And they will show up in the numbers. Inflation isn't doing much better except in the fuel market, gasoline market. And it is expected that the Federal Reserve will probably tack another 0.5% interest on. That's down from the 0.75% that they've been charging the last couple of times, but still an increase in the interest. And there is a tipping point where it pushes you into recession. Many, many economists are saying that's where we're headed. And the global economy isn't improving. And the war in Ukraine continues, which has impact on the global marketplace. There's an interesting article about the war in Ukraine and Putin's position and how tenuous it is. There was a story. I'm trying to think of where it was. I think I have it here someplace. Hold on a minute here. Let me see if I can find it, because it was an interesting headline. What did I do with it? Well, I don't know what I do with it. It was a story that apparently Putin and some of his, here it is. Putin is preparing to flee when Russia implodes. That, according to an ex-aide by the name of Abbas Galyamov. He's a former speechwriter for Putin. And he made the claim Wednesday that because the country looks like it's going to go sideways, there are plans for Putin to bail out. And apparently Putin had been talking at one time about China, but then was talked out of it and is now looking at Argentina or Venezuela to take up residence and bail out before the country goes into implosion, as the article says. It is interesting, to say the least. We're going to take a break, come back and close out. I'm a little late for this break, so we'll take care of business later.
RocketGrabPlus.com. Our 12 deals of Christmas are going on right now at RocketGrabPlus.com. And this deal is for the Blossom Spa and Boutique. You can get $1,000 worth of cool sculpting done for only $500. You can also get 6 treatments of body contouring done for only $200. You can also get 6 sessions in the E900 facial machine for only $192.50. And last but not least, you can get a spa facial for only $35. Head to RocketGrabPlus.com right now to snag your deal.
These are the sounds of your home. But radon doesn't have a sound. It doesn't have a color or an odor, but it can cause lung cancer. And it might be in your home now. Protect your family from this radioactive gas. Test your home for radon. Testing is affordable and easy, and so is fixing it. Keep your family safe. Call 1-800-RADON-GAS today or visit michigan.gov/radon. This message is sponsored by the Michigan Department of Environment, the MAB.
A 401k can be an important asset for many American retirements. You made contributions to your 401k every single paycheck for years, even decades. Its tax advantages and portability may enable workers to build sizable and important nest eggs, but its flexibility can also be costly if you aren't aware of potential mistakes. Great Lakes Investment Advisors have a guide that'll teach you how to avoid an early IRS distribution penalty and full taxation on rollovers, the little-known weapon you can use, your most mistake-proof option, and more. Request your guide today at 989-835-7203 or visit GreatLakesInvestmentAdvisors.com. This commercial shall in no way be construed as a solicitation to sell securities or advisory services of any state other than Michigan or otherwise permitted. Topics should be discussed with your individual advisor prior to implementation. Advisory services offered through the Great Lakes Investment Advisors, a registered investment advisor in the state of Michigan.
From the premier kitchen and bath gallery studios, WSGW, Saginaw, Bay City, Midland, WSGW.
This is CBS News on the Hour, sponsored by Rocket Mortgage. I'm Stephen Portnoy in Washington.
I'm going to smile right now.
Sherelle Griner, wife of WNBA star Brittany Griner, on the news that she has been released from a Soviet-era penal colony following a prisoner swap today with Russia in the United Arab Emirates. Sherelle Griner joined the House to celebrate Brittany's release.
She's safe. She's on a plane. She's on her way home. After months of being unjustly detained in Russia, held under intolerable circumstances.
Griner was arrested in February for the cannabis oil found in her luggage. She was sentenced to 9 years. To effect the swap for Griner, Mr. Biden ordered the release of convicted Russian arms dealer Victor Bout, who was sentenced to 25 years in a U.S. prison for conspiring to sell AK-47s that would have been used to kill American drug agents. The deal leaves behind retired Marine Paul Whelan, convicted in Russia of espionage charges that the U.S. calls false.
This was not a choice.
The Whelan family says the news of the one-for-one swap is devastating for him, but the president vows.
We'll keep negotiating in good faith for Paul's release. I guarantee that.
I'm Stephen Portnoy in Washington. Now with more CBS News, here's Deborah Rodriguez.
Mask mandates could be back in the U.S. soon amid a growing triple threat of infections. CBS's Carter Evans.
Here at the Mass General Hospital for Children in Boston, the pediatric ICU is at 100% capacity, and most of the patients here are on oxygen or ventilators.
This past year has been unlike any other years in the past, with RSV season starting much earlier.
RSV, or respiratory syncytial virus, is surging along with teen infections nationwide.
The number of people filing for unemployment ticked up slightly last week. Applications rose by 4,000 over the week before. Bankrate's Mark Hamrick.
Where we see a bigger change is with continuing claims, measuring the total number of people receiving assistance through regular state programs. That number now at 1.67 million, up 62,000 from the previous week.
Most car makers have met a deadline for potentially life-saving technology. Jeff Gilbert with our affiliate WWJ.
There are now only a relative handful of vehicles that don't have automatic emergency braking, the result of a voluntary agreement made by 20 car makers. Insurance Institute for Highway Safety Ruby says the technology prevents collisions.
We estimate a 50% reduction in those types of crashes.
Gas prices have just fallen below last year's average. AAA says a gallon of regular is $3.32 today from $3.36 a year ago. This is CBS News.
This hour's newscast is presented by Rocket Mortgage. When you need cash out of your home and a simple way to get it, Rocket can.
Bay City Bridge Partners is bringing you the same convenient route between home, work, school, and many of Bay City's best restaurants and attractions. It's Liberty Bridge, but better, with a smooth new deck surface. Fuel mechanics, electronics, and technology, saving you time and fuel costs, and adding another 75 years of life to help elevate and grow the Bay City community. Learn about the ease of electronic tolling and pre-register for a transponder account at BayCityBridgePartners.com.
Hi, this is Joe Cordell with the law firm Cordell & Cordell. When the prospect of divorce becomes a reality, you need a partner that you can count on. If you're a man in this situation, consider contacting Cordell & Cordell. We've helped men navigate complex legal matters for 30 years.
Contact Cordell & Cordell to schedule an appointment with one of our firm's Detroit area attorneys, a partner men can count on. Offices in Troy and Ann Arbor. Online at That's CordellCordell.com.
Guys, 2022's been a roller coaster year, so spoil her this Christmas by giving her the next best thing to wearing nothing at all with soft, silky, naturally nude pajamas exclusively from Pajamagram. Sensuous and smooth, naturally nude pajamas feel just like her own bare skin. Even more alluring than lingerie, the texture and touch of these pajamas is so seductive that you'll both love the feel of them. She'll love the feeling of wearing next to nothing at all, and you'll love the way they look. Best of all, Pajamagram does the wrapping for you with free gift packaging. Order today and include a free matching naturally nude nightie with the purchase of naturally nude pajamas. That is free gift packaging and a free naturally nude nightie when you order today. Just go to pajamagram.com. It's fast, easy, and delivery by Christmas is guaranteed. That's pajamagram.com.
Live from the 100.5 and 790 newsroom. This is WSGW News.
Cloudy skies and 32 degrees at 10:05. Good morning. I'm Mike Persha. Genesee County Commissioner Bryant Nolden died unexpectedly Wednesday. Nolden reportedly complained about not feeling well during commission meetings in the morning, and the city of Flint announced his passing at 2 in the afternoon. Nolden was elected to the board in 2014, serving on the Flint City Council prior to that. He was a teacher in Flint schools and served as executive director of the Friends of Burston Fieldhouse, where he oversaw recent efforts to raise money for renovations. According to the city's announcement, flags at Flint City Hall will fly at half-staff for the remainder of the week in Nolden's honor. A former part-time Vassar police officer and educator has reached a plea agreement in a sex crime case. 45-year-old Todd Barrico was arrested in an undercover sting operation by the Genesee Human Oppression last March. Undercover officers posed as a 15-year-old girl online, arranging to meet Barrico for sex. He was arrested when he showed up at the location. Barrico was initially charged with child sexually abusive activity and accosting a minor for immoral purposes, though those charges were dropped as part of the plea deal. He pleaded guilty on Monday to using a computer to commit a crime. His sentence is in February. On Friday, the Saginaw County Courthouse and Governmental Center and other county offices will close at 1:30 p.m. for a county employee holiday celebration. Residents are encouraged to utilize county services before 1:30 on that day. All offices will at 8 a.m. Many county services can be accessed online by visiting saginawcounty.com. For questions or for more information, call 989-790-5200. WSGW News Time 10:07.
I got it. Thank you, honey. Mom, it's for you. Oh, let me dry my hands. Hold on. Oh, and it looks like we got one too many table settings. Your brother couldn't get leave. He's not going to be
right here.
Oh, Tommy!
Surprise.
How'd you get here?
Well, I know some folks.
This holiday season, let NBS International Airport, with services through United and Delta Airlines, bring the whole family together as you walk through the door. For more information or to book your flight today, visit nbsairport.org.
RocketGrabPlus.com. Our 12 deals of Christmas are going on right now at RocketGrabPlus.com. And this deal is for the Blossom Spa and Boutique. You can get $1,000 worth of cool sculpting done for only $500. You can also get 6 treatments of body contouring done for only $212.50. You can also get 6 sessions in the E900 facial machine for only $192.50. And last but not least, you can get a spa facial for only $35. Head to RocketGrabPlus.com right now to snag your deal.
WSGW News Time. This is coming up. A Northern Michigan judge has ordered 4 Michigan men to stand trial on terrorism charges connected to a plot to kidnap Governor Gretchen Whitmer. Brothers Michael and William Null and Sean Fix and Eric Molitor, along with Brian Higgins, who is from Wisconsin, will stand trial in Antrim County. All 5 face up to 20 years in prison if convicted of providing material support for terrorist acts. The Null brothers, Fix and Molitor, are also facing weapons charges. The plot was busted 2 years ago. Investigators say the suspects were upset with the governor's handling of the COVID-19 pandemic. The Civil Rapids Police Department, on behalf of the family of Patrick Leoya, alleges a violation of civil rights along with excessive force and willful misconduct.
Loya was shot and killed during a struggle with Officer Christopher Schur in April. The 12-page civil lawsuit accuses Schur of violating Loya's Fourth Amendment rights. Attorneys Ven Johnson and Ben Crump are seeking unspecified damages. They say the shooting was part of a bigger problem of officers pulling over black drivers.
They then find a pretextual reason to pull over. That is textbook driving while black 101. And that is why Patrick Loyola was unjustly killed.
Schur was fired shortly after the shooting. He'll stand trial for second-degree murder. A spokesperson for the city of Grand Rapids says they will review the lawsuit and respond appropriately in court. An estimated $300,000 in stolen vehicles have been recovered by the state police following an investigation spanning several months. On Tuesday, state police and other law enforcement agencies searched a home in Cass County's Newburgh Township and two properties in St. Joseph County's Park Township, where there were 5 stolen trucks and 3 stolen ATVs. No arrests were made, but authorities say charges will be sought against multiple suspects. WSGW News Time 1010. I'm Mike Percha.
Here's your WSGW weatherology forecast. Mostly cloudy skies here for today with temperatures holding rather steady. North winds around 5 to 10 miles per hour. And then for tonight, mostly cloudy with a low around 28. Friday, we'll have a slight chance for some rain showers here late. Cloudy skies, high of 40 degrees. Then on Saturday, mostly cloudy and a high around 39. Sunday, chance for rain and snow mixing early. Then cloudy skies for the day, high of 40 degrees. Monday, a high around 39. Tuesday, chance for rain and snow mixing early and a high of 40. I'm meteorologist Jennifer Wojcicki with the WSGW weatherology forecast.
Currently, it's 32.
Now, the only local radio talk show offering you the chance to ask your questions and express your opinions. From around your block to around the world, The Art Lewis Show is on 100.5 and 790 WSGW and online, WSGW.com.
Welcome back to hour number 2 of the Art Lewis Show here on WSGW for this Thursday morning. Open phones for the entire hour, 989-752-6111. We'll also hear from Terry Henney, who is out and about today at the Beaten Bean Research Farm in Richville. We'll hear from him during the hour a couple of times. Meantime, open phones, and we got callers waiting, so let's get going. And Chris is in Midland. Chris, good morning.
Hi.
Hi.
When you went to open phones, I had to get away from the radio for a little bit, so I don't know what may have been discussed. I thought you missed a golden opportunity when you had the doctor on this morning to ask how or why President Biden, who says he got vaccinated and boosted umpteen times, got sick twice. Biden, I thought, is on record saying, get the vax, you won't get sick, you won't pass it on.
Yeah, well, we all know that a certain percentage of the population, even if they get vaccinated, will get COVID. It's well documented. It's well documented.
Okay, well, I don't want to put the doctor on the spot, but I guess it's Biden's hyperbole that he said.
Well, but
sick and
and understand too, the doctor's not here as a political guest, so I tend not to do those things to people. I'm not a gotcha kind of interviewer. That's not what he was here for. But it's not like it's a hidden secret. Yeah, his hyperbole on the vaccine and everything proved for him to be very false. But the reality is that it's well documented that a certain percentage of people will still get COVID. The question is, and apparently it's been shown, that even if you do get it, it will be milder than if you weren't vaccinated. But again, I'm not a doctor. I don't play one on the radio. But when I seek medical advice, I don't go to a talk show host. I don't go to a politician. I go to a doctor.
Right.
So
okay, hey, can I bring up another issue?
Absolutely.
I'm curious as to what the county is different than the trial or trials that have already taken place or are taking place for the people accused of trying to kidnap the governor.
And you want to know what
is different now compared to the trials these individuals may have already gone through? What is this judge in Antrim County trying to do that hasn't already been done against these defendants?
Don't know unless it's state charges versus federal charges or something like that.
Okay.
Possible. I don't know though.
All right. I guess if anybody's got any info, please.
All right.
Please, please spew forth.
Good enough, Chris. Have a good one.
Thank you.
Take care. Bye-bye now.
All right.
And our buddy Carl's in Saginaw. Carl, good morning.
Good morning, Art. Yesterday, you were having a discussion about minimum wage.
Yep.
And the prices going up, how that's going to affect the economy. You're saying that, yes, if lower income people get higher wages, prices are going to go up, and that will erase any gains that they had. It's kind of the argument I heard yesterday.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, then, when it comes to cost of living adjustment for Social Security recipients, then you must be against, a cost of living for Social Security, because that's going to cause inflation, and retirees will be no further ahead than they are now.
Well, I think you're mixing apples and oranges, Carl. Because
really?
Yeah, really. Because the government's going to pay that increase in the cost of living, but they're not going to raise any prices to do it. They're just going to go deeper in debt.
It's going to cause inflation. It's going to cause inflation.
How is it going to cause inflation?
All that extra money in the economy.
That's not what.
Is going to chase.
That will always happen. In that case, nobody ever deserves a raise. Nobody ever deserves to make more money. Of course, there's a certain built-in inflation, but when it's at 1 or 2%, you can live with it. When it's at 8 and 9 and 10%, you can't.
The minimum wage hasn't been adjusted for inflation in a long, long time.
So, do you think this is going to help inflation that we have now?
Well, I'm just saying, why does one group get a cost of living adjustment, but another group does not get that same adjustment?
Because the government wrote the rules.
Well,
yeah, well, that's the answer, isn't it?
You're fond of pointing out the money the government has. Where does that come from?
It's ours. We paid it.
It's ours. That's right.
That's right. Absolutely.
It doesn't come from a magic money tree.
No, then how come they spend more than they get?
Well, because that's what our politicians like to do.
Indeed.
On both sides.
Indeed.
Now,
absolutely.
I have heard some Republicans are talking about cutting Social Security and cutting Medicare. So I'll give them credit for that. Some Republicans are saying that.
Yeah, they're saying that, but I'll tell you this. This is just my thought on it, Carl, and you probably heard me say this. They may do that, but they will not do it for anyone currently receiving it. Because those of us over 65 or 66 are a big voting block.
Yes.
Period.
So there again.
They will make adjustments. They will make adjustments in maybe raising the age of collecting it, which they should do anyway. I mean, it is so far out of touch with our life expectancy now. Is it any wonder that it's in trouble? When your life expectancy now is measured in the late 70s and 80s in some cases, and this is based on a system when you were expected to live till 66, it doesn't make any sense.
Yes. Doesn't make any sense at all.
So I think they need to make adjustments, but those adjustments will be for future earners, not the current receivers.
It probably will be. It probably will be worked out that way, which will make it even less fair But,
well, let me ask you this.
That's
You get Social Security?
I do.
Okay, you're going to send back the raise?
Well,
I'm not. I know.
And oranges, apples and oranges are.
Yeah.
Seriously. No, I do not need a cost of living adjustment. Honestly, in my, I do not need it.
Well,
I do not need it personally.
I may not either, but I'm certainly not going to send it back to Uncle Sam.
No, but I just get tired of people, complaining that people making $7 an hour, how dare they ask for a raise? And then other people who have, 6-digit incomes, getting tax breaks. It just, doesn't sit well.
Well, listen, there are inequities, and there will always be inequities. Life isn't always fair. And
no, but it could be more fair.
Well,
it could be a lot more fair.
That's a utopian view because you're never going to get there. But it's human nature also. I mean, is it? Listen, if we all believe in God and that He, put us on earth for a purpose, why then did He give us such inequality in life? Why is it that people that live in very, very poor countries don't have the same things that we have in this country? There are a lot of questions and very few answers.
I don't think that's an excuse for saying that's the way things always have been. That's the way.
Well, no, you can always work. You can always work to make them better, but you also have to live in a real world.
Well, we could make it better, I think, by raising the minimum wage. That'd be one step.
All right, that's a view. I say to you again, regardless of whether it's your cost of living increase or the minimum wage that somebody gets, it never catches up with reality. If it did, why do you think they keep asking for it all the time? Let's face it. Let's go back a few years. So the minimum wage went to what? $7 and something. All right. Well, prices went up. Do you think they're ahead? No, because now they want $15 an hour. And if they get that $15 an hour, do you think prices are going to stay where they are, or are they going to go up so that the next thing is $20 an hour? It's a vicious cycle. You know it, Carl, and I know it. But it's the way of the world.
But I don't think the poorest people should be the ones paying the largest part of the burden of that.
But they will be. They will be simply because they're the poorest, because the percentage of their income. What do you think inflation does to the poor as opposed to your 6-figure income people? Let's face it.
A lot more.
A lot more. You got it. You're absolutely right. It costs them more as a percentage of their income. Inflation is devastating. No two ways about it. But
that's why we should raise the minimum wage.
So that inflation gets higher. Listen, it's a cycle. It's a circle. It goes around and round and round.
Well, I'm not sure about that, Art.
Well, okay. Well, look at history. All right, Carl. Hey, listen, I got to run, buddy. Talk to you later. Okay. Have a good one. Take care. Right. Bye-bye now. All right, lines open for you here on WSGW. And let me take a moment to tell you about sanitary mattress. In this day and age, we're asked to do more for less. So when we spend approximately a third of our life in bed, we really need quality sleep. And you can get that sleep on a mattress from Sanitary Mattress. Now, they've been making custom mattresses since 1935. Rest assured, the sanitary mattress you're sleeping on was made right here in the Great Lakes Bay region to your specifications. Further, the money you spend stays right here in the local economy. In addition, Sanitary Mattress offers 1-hour delivery window of your mattress to your home. You don't have to wait around all day. Sanitary Mattress can also make a custom mattress for your RV or a boat, something the box stores can't do. The next time you need a mattress, think of Sanitary Mattress. Put them in your GPS at 5343 Janes Road in Saginaw, or call them at 989-753-1757. Check them on the web at sanitarymattress.com. They're open Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 5:30 p.m., Saturdays, 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. Sanitary Mattress Company, where you'll find everything from a crib to a king and everything in between. We'll also hear from Terry Henney coming up at the end of this break.
This holiday season, join all of us at Wildfire Credit Union as we do something new and very special to benefit members of our community in need. Introducing Wildfire's Holiday Harvest Giveaway. From November through December, all Wildfire branches will have bags of shelf-stable food available to purchase for $10 per bag. Each bag can feed a family for up to one. Worked in conjunction with Hidden Harvest to make the food available, and all Wildfire branches are partnered with area food pantries to ensure all sold bags are handed out to families in need. Over 1,000 bags of food will be available for sale. We also have 150 bags for pets. All proceeds from the sold bags will go to Hidden Harvest to further support their ongoing mission of getting food to families. Let's do something special together and make the holidays a little easier and brighter for those in need. Wildfire Credit Union, distinctively better.
I'm Neil Cavuto, and this is the Fox Business Report.
Stocks gained ground at the open. Walt Disney shares opened up 0.5%. Shanghai Disneyland has reopened as China eases COVID restrictions. Disney, Starbucks, Apple, and Tesla have all been dealing with the fallout from Wall Street Journal says a letter from the founder of Foxconn, which assembles iPhones, played a major role in persuading the government there to pull back on strict COVID-19 policies. Apple shares also opened higher. ExxonMobil shares are up 2%. It has revealed its corporate plan for the next 5 years. And Carvana, the used car dealer, has hired Moelis & Company, a firm that works on companies in financial distress. It's creating more concern that Carvana could be heading for bankruptcy. That's your Fox Business Report. I'm Ginny Cosola, invested in you.
Starting to realize your small business is a little over rush? It's still not too late to get all of your shipping and mailing under control with Stamps.com. Sign up right now, and you'll be printing your own postage in just minutes with discounted USPS and UPS shipping rates. Just go to Stamps.com, click the mic at the top of the page, and use code BUSINESS for a 4-week trial, plus free postage and a digital scale. That's Stamps.com, code BUSINESS.
Listen to this station anytime, anywhere on Odyssey. Odyssey is your new audio home for all the music, news, sports, and podcasts that matter to you. That's AUDACY.
And let's see.
Everyone, Terry Henney broadcasting today from the Saginaw Valley Research and Extension Center, located on Reese Road between Richville and Frankenmuth. Reason why we're here, growers from all around the state are attending the Simplot Growers Solution Meeting. It's an annual meeting, usually held this time of the year, and this is the first time this meeting has been held at the Research and Extension Center, simply because the group is a fairly large one for a very good reason. All the things that have been going on in agriculture over the last couple of years and ever are taking a look at what they do to get that crop in the ground and get it growing and get it harvested and make some money. It's all about covering expenses, and the folks at Simplot have the solutions for them. So they're being educated. It's a wonderful meeting, been going on since about 8:30, 9 o'clock this morning. Lunch will be provided at 12:30. They have featured speakers all morning long, and we'll give you a few highlights as we go through the morning. Again, Mike have put together one heck of a meeting, and they've got a lot of folks here at the Research Center. More coming up.
All right, Terry, thanks. Back with you on this open edition of the Art Lewis Show, and John is in Saginaw. John, good morning.
Good morning.
Morning.
Listen to Carl and his idea of his socialist utopia, where everybody makes the same amount of money, and $7 an hour is too low for a minimum wage, which I agree with. And if you find anyone in Michigan paying $7 an hour or minimum wage, put it that way.
Yeah.
I'll show you a company that's not in business, because no company, nobody is paying $7, $8, $9. They're all 12,
yeah,
14, 15.
And guess what? They're having trouble attracting employees at that number.
Exactly. And keep people. They can work as many hours as they want, most of these people, and they won't even do that. So for Carl to throw that number out there is really kind of foolish.
That's arbitrary.
It just doesn't happen. Yes, and for he's complaining about people making $100,000, $200,000. Those people just don't get that money because they're nice people. They've gone to school for it to get a degree, or they have some talent that they can make that kind of money. And it's not just given out because, hey, Art's a nice guy. Let's give him $100,000 this year.
Oh, okay.
No, that doesn't happen. They got to earn it. And
no, you're right.
Maybe I'm wrong, Art. You are a nice guy, but
No, I want the 100,000. That's all. Well, listen, I appreciate everybody's ideas, Carl's, yours, everybody's, because that's what this is all about. This is a platform for people to speak, and it's a platform to debate.
His idea of utopia is
there's no such thing.
Kind of interesting.
Never going to get there.
Oh, I know that.
Never going to get there.
Life is either coming out of a problem or going into a problem.
Yeah, it's how
Life
that's
is never
someone asked me what's the secret to a long marriage, for example. My wife and I love her dearly. We've been married 56 years.
Yes, dear.
Yes, dear. That's it. Those are the two most important words. But the reality is, it's not the problems, it's how you solve them. Problems, everybody has problems.
That's right.
Question is how you solve them. So, anyhow,
Yep.
John, I appreciate it. Have a good one.
Merry Christmas to you.
Same to you. Thanks a lot.
You too.
Bye-bye now. And let's say hi to Mike in Shields. Mike, good morning.
Hey, good morning, Art.
Morning.
Do you watch Fox News at all?
I don't watch
on
many of
TV.
them at all. No, very little.
Yeah.
Very little.
Now, Fox is about the only one that's been mentioning about FBI and that.
Oh yeah,
with
right.
Hunter Biden
Yeah, the
stuff.
other mainstreams have.
It's a shame.
The other mainstreams got caught
But I
in that
guess
one.
Yeah, well, they had quite a few whistleblowers from the FBI come forward.
Yep.
It's well over half a dozen now, and you listen to these guys that are heads of these committees in the House,
Wow.
and they
Yeah.
to investigate and stuff. And
So I don't know what'll come of it, but
really,
I don't.
That's the thing. And politicians watch out for politicians, whether Republican or Democrat. They don't. They don't like to cause any waves or anything. And I think one of the reasons I'm going to switch for a minute here. Herschel Walker. One of the big reasons I think that he lost was that he hitched his star to Trump. And Trump is kind of, everybody that he's back just about, I think it was.
Yeah, he had some victories too, but the reality is, this is a headline from a story I pulled. Donald Trump and his terrible, horrible, no good, very bad 3 weeks. And you look at what's happened in the last 3 weeks; it hasn't been very good for him. So it's
that's for sure.
It's.
I think that was a bad mistake on Herschel's part, because as soon as I heard that, I was, oh no, why did he do that? They had a conference, a teleconference or something, and
well, you got to remember it was done.
before the
It
election.
wasn't done. Yeah, it wasn't done in the last 2 weeks. I mean, it was done a long time ago. And there were a lot of people lining up to get Trump support.
No, this was just a week before the election when they had that teleconference.
Well, but he had been on.
Liberty of the Bean.
Yeah, but he'd been in Trump's camp for ever. So it wasn't a last minute thing.
No, I understand that, but I'm saying that the last teleconference probably hurt him more than it helped him.
Maybe, I don't know.
Well, let's hope that things can iron out a little bit, and with the House in their hands, if they think smart, why and they got to do something about the elections too, because they take some of these issues and they push them so hard that if people aren't behind them, then they don't get elected. One of our good examples would be Michigan for governor.
Well, and that's the people's choice, isn't it? That's what elections are all about. You win some, you lose some.
Exactly, and some of them are not very smart when it comes to making political decisions to that they want to.
That's a relative term.
Not getting elected.
One man smart is another man stupid. It's a relative term.
Yeah, well, that's
so.
Yeah.
All right. Good enough, Mike.
Okay, well,
have a good one.
You.
Take
good
care.
Talking to you.
Bye now. Bye. Take a break. Come back. We'll get to Dave in Bay City when we return. Dave, hang in there, and we'll be right with you. Let me talk about Krishak's House Family Restaurant. Proud to be a business that serves this area with the finest in dining and takeout services, and grateful for all of you who have supported them over the many years. They look forward to serving all of you. Every day is takeout day at Krishak's. Today from 11 to 7, Friday and Saturday 11 to 8. Krishak's House Family Restaurant, corner of Cass and Michigan on Bay City's south side. For takeouts and reservations for parties and events, call 894-5531.
We're proud to make Pioneer Sugar for you and your family. Proud to be found in your kitchen, the heart of your home. And it doesn't really matter what you make with Pioneer Sugar, whether it's with our granulated white, light brown, or soft confectioners. It's the memories you'll make using it that will matter the most. Pioneer Sugar, pure and all natural, made from sugar beets grown right here. What could be sweeter than that?
George Thorogood, bad of the ball, shaking down the thunder. Wednesday, December 28th at Soaring Eagle Casino and Resort. Plug in and rock hard. Tickets start at $45. We're on sale now at the box office and ejects.com. The New Year's pre-party starts here. George Thorogood and the Destroyer. Wednesday, December 28th at Soaring Eagle Casino.
It's a new day because COVID vaccines just got a big update. So all the big stuff coming up this fall, well, now you can say, you bet I'll be there. Because updated COVID vaccines protect against both the original COVID virus and Omicron. And everyone 5 and older can get one. So this is a moment we've all been waiting for.
Find updated COVID vaccines at vaccines.gov. We can do this. Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
Hi, this is Joe Cordell with the law firm Cordell & Cordell. Divorce can be complicated, especially if children are involved. If you're a father and want to protect your role in your children's lives, remember Cordell & Cordell. We've helped men with matters like these for 30 years, and we'd love to help you.
Contact Cordell & Cordell to schedule an appointment with one of our firm's Detroit area attorneys, a partner men can count on. Offices in Troy and Ann Arbor. Online at CordellCordell.com. That's CordellCordell.com.
Dr. Travis Stork here to tell you about a great pain reliever called Salon Pass Pain Relieving Patches. Salon Pass is pain medicine in a patch. You stick it right on sore muscles for up to 8 hours. Clinical research has shown that people that used Salon Pass reported less pain with improvement in mood, sleep, and the ability to work. Safe, effective relief is one peel and place away. Salon Pass, it's good medicine.
I'm Tamron Hall. Why give your family just ordinary eggs when they can enjoy the best? Eggland's Best. The only eggs with more fresh and delicious taste, plus superior nutrition compared to ordinary eggs. With 6 times more vitamin D, 10 times more vitamin E, 25% less saturated fat, and 38% more lutein. Because the way we care is anything but ordinary. Only Eggland's Best. Better taste, better nutrition, better eggs.
GW Morning Team.
You got Taste Left in My Mouth by Scrooge O'Reilly.
I heard that.
Bill O'Reilly's commentary this morning was basically saying, it's Christmas and it's too early. Bah, humbug.
Turn off those Christmas movies and turn off that Christmas music until after the 15th.
Cold in the stocking for Bill O'Reilly.
Man.
Sometimes Christmas can seem a little shoved or early, but
early, especially when you hear some music on November the 1st. When he was talking about movies, I have to agree with him on this one that my favorite Christmas Carol movie is the one with Alistair Sim. But he said that's the best Christmas movie, and it's not. We all know that it is It's a Wonderful Life, followed closely by Die Hard.
I was thinking the Muppets. I love the Miss.
Wouldn't that be an interesting double feature with Pat and Denise?
Sure.
Watch Die Hard and the Muppets Christmas.
Yeah, Bruce Willis and the Muppets never got together.
Oh
my gosh, that would have been great. The Muppets Die Hard Christmas Carol.
Your morning team, 5:30 to 9 on WSGW. The WSGW Broadcasting Studios are sponsored by the Premier Kitchen and Bath Gallery Showroom and Design Center in Midland.
All right, we're back with you here on WSGW, and we'll go back to our phones. And Dave is in Bay City. Dave, good morning.
Well, good morning, Art.
Morning.
Twice up. So, hey, I got a couple things for you here, Art. First, you know, a few callers back, you got into the subject of inflation.
Yep.
And are you familiar with this name, Ludwig von...
What was the name again?
Ludwig von Mises. He was an economist.
Yeah, somewhere in the back of my mind I heard about it, but I don't remember much.
Well, here's a quote from him. The most important thing to remember is that inflation, an act of God, that inflation is not a catastrophe of the elements or a disease that comes like the plague. Inflation is a policy. And, you know, those of us who are old enough to have lived through 1980, you know, I had a mortgage. We bought a house that we didn't because we could get a 13.88% blended rate mortgage.
Yep. Remember those days.
Know? And that was a culmination of bad policies from the 1970s.
Cost Jimmy Carter the election, that's for sure.
Cost Jimmy Carter, started out with wage and price controls. Hello, minimum wage.
Yep.
There you go. But that's not what I called about. There's a Supreme Court case on the docket. And let me ask if you've heard about this. Brunson, Brunson, Alma.
What's the case about?
All right, here we go.
Well, just give me the synopsis.
Here it is. Brunson case on docket for Supreme Court congressional immunity on trial. So these Brunson brothers have filed against 385 members of Congress, Joe Biden, Kamala Harris, and Mike
For what? For what?
Challenging congressional immunity clause and whether it protects Congress from literally everything.
Well, it'd be interesting to see how
of office.
It'd be interesting to see how the courts rule on that. That's going to be one to follow.
This has made it to the docket.
Yeah, well,
so it's not a conspiracy. It's not.
No, it's just listen. It's a lawsuit, and anybody can file one of those. Question is how it turns out, not whether it's there.
But to make it on the docket,
well,
there's got to be some legitimacy.
Well, the court thinks it's a legitimate issue. That doesn't mean they're going to rule in favor of it.
No, of course not.
So that'll be something to watch. Yeah, that'll be something to watch.
It'll bring out a lot about 2020. So there we go.
It might. I mean, you also have to remember in the Supreme Court, there are rules and restrictions. And
absolutely,
and it's going to depend on the justices, not so much the lawyers. So it'll be interesting to see. Interesting to see where it goes, though. we'll keep an eye on it. All right.
Indeed. Thanks, Art.
Thanks, Dave. Take care. And let's talk to Carol in Sheridan. Carol, good morning.
Yeah, no politics.
No politics.
I'm sick of it. They're gone. They're done.
Good.
They're washed up.
Good.
Go on with
Give me
it.
relief.
Yeah. Okay. You was talking about Verlander and Aaron Judge and
Yeah.
these guys that get. I've heard they only get half of what they say they get for one thing.
Where'd you hear that?
A long time ago, but
Well,
they inflate the numbers of what they
It's
get.
no.
But anyway,
Carol, those are contracts. There are clauses in the contracts, and sometimes some of the contracts have minimums and then potential maximums based on performance. So it depends on the contract and how it's written. But the chances are they get most of what they signed for.
Well, I remember Fielder. He played real good until he got near the end of his contract, and then he quit playing. But anyway, and then by the time they have their personal managers and they have wives that like a lot of things, and they have to pay taxes in all the states.
Sure.
And I mean, and I remember Mama Cass one time was in the band, Mamas and Papas.
Right.
And she said, "You think we get lots and lots of money?" But she says, by the time we pay everybody, it isn't as much as people really. Not that they don't get way too much.
No, listen, that's true, but that lifestyle, listen, if you're, all the actors and actresses in Hollywoods, they all have stylists to pick out their clothes for them. They have to pay those. They have publicists. They have to pay those. They have all kinds of people working for them that they have to pay. But they're making enough money to be able. They're making enough money to be able to afford to pay them. So I don't have any sympathy for them.
No, but there's people that work for them too. I mean, if they fix up their house and buy all these fancy clothes and things, they're made, and people do this too. I remember Inkler one time they thought about fancy jewelry and fancy boats, and so he put a huge tax on them. Well, then he found out when people made boats and worked in the jewelry company.
Sure,
and
they
had
lost their
jewelry
jobs.
stores, so.
Yeah.
So you got to remember, they hire a lot of people.
Yeah, absolutely.
To help 'em,
I have no problem with that. I just think that I do think that it's gotten way out of hand.
and Steinbrenner shouldn't have never started it.
Well,
it's no balance since then.
Yeah, I will tell you that I grew up a Yankees fan because I was born and raised in the Bronx. And I was a Yankees fan until Steinbrenner bought the team. And that was the day I became a Detroit Tiger fan.
Well, I don't know.
There you go.
Well, we're going to see the Tiger. Well, it's a free country. You can choose what you want.
Exactly.
But it's a diversion. It's a diversion from these politics and a diversion.
That's true.
This crummy stuff, and people, you're so sick of the downers. I mean, think of something good or do.
No, particularly this time of year. I mean, this is a time of year when it's nice to do something for somebody else. It's always that way.
Call them up, tell them you miss them. Just call them and tell them you miss them. And you don't have to send them a pretty card. I mean, you don't have to, spend $50 on them.
No. My wife has a thing, and I've kind of slid into this too. She doesn't pay with this time of year particularly. She likes to go pay it forward. She will go to her grocery store while she's shopping. And if she sees somebody at the checkout line who appears to not have enough to cover the basics for the holidays and they want to buy something for the family or whatever, she will buy it, pay it forward for them. And the other day I was in my bank, and they have a program going on where they have big bags of food for those who are in need, and it's enough food to feed a family for a week.
Yeah,
and $10 exactly. Well, I cashed my check and I took $10 and handed it back on the counter and said, "Here."
Yeah.
And you feel good doing it.
Yeah, or even I tell somebody if they're in a store, their outfit looks nice or they look nice. No, you don't even have to know them, but just something that is not a downer. I'm tired of downers.
Yeah, well, that's up to each of us. We all have our downers and we all have our uppers, if you will. Focus on the uppers, not the downers.
Well, I don't know. It's just a lifestyle, and they get into it, and I think it's hard for them to get out of
Well,
it. You know,
yeah,
they
but
just-
that's life, isn't it? We're not all the
Well, I
same.
think-
We're all different. We all think differently. We all act differently, and our lives are all different. That's part of it. You make
Why
out of it.
make life miserable when you don't have to.
Yeah, well, I don't deny that. That's all right, love. Have a
All right,
merry.
guys, take care.
Take care. Bye-bye now.
Bye-bye.
All right, that opens the lines for you. 989-752-6111 on the Art Lewis Show, brought to you by Westside Decorating Center in Saginaw, 4789 State Street.
Welcome to retirement. Now, replace your paycheck. To local financial coach Kevin Ray, this is what retirement planning is all about.
Building monthly paychecks, and how you build those monthly paychecks is going to determine how well in retirement you're going to enjoy it. So sit down and build a good frame.
So build your framework with Kevin and the team at Insight Folios today by calling 888-885-PLAN. That's 888-885-7526.
Do you know what people see when they Google you? Search engines don't always get it right. And when they're wrong, it's your reputation on the line. So what do you do when you don't agree with your search results? Call Reputation Defender at 800-401-6681. Reputation Defender by Norton is one of the most trusted names in online reputation repair. We have over a decade of experience in fixing people's search results, and we can help you too. Using cutting-edge approaches, Reputation Defender pushes to lower pages of your search results where few people ever look. We also promote the good stuff so that it rises to the top, letting you put your best foot forward. Your good name is too valuable to leave to the whims of a Google algorithm. You owe it to yourself to take control with Reputation Defender. Visit www.reputationdefender.com or call 800-401-6681 for free advice on your situation. 800-401-6681. That's 800-401-6681.
Want to pay less for gas? Stop at any one of your local 26 Forward Shell convenience stores where you'll save at least on every fill up with Shell Fuel Rewards. Earn even more cents off when you make purchases in-store on some of your favorite snacks and drinks. Stack the savings, and you can regularly save 10, 20, 30 cents or more off each gallon of gas. That's Fuel Rewards and your area Forward Shell convenience stores. And remember, when you want to pay less at the pump, go forward.
Guys, 2022's been a roller coaster year, so spoil her this Christmas by giving her the next best thing to wearing nothing at all with soft, silky, naturally nude pajamas exclusively from Pajamagram. Sensuous and smooth, naturally nude. It's like her own bare skin. Even more alluring than lingerie, the texture and touch of these pajamas is so seductive that you'll both love the feel of them. She'll love the feeling of wearing next to nothing at all, and you'll love the way they look. Best of all, Pajamagram does the wrapping for you with free gift packaging. Order today, and Pajamagram will also include a free matching naturally nude nightie with the purchase of naturally nude pajamas. That is free gift. A free naturally nude nightie when you order today. Just go to pajamagram.com. It's fast, easy, and delivery by Christmas is guaranteed. That's pajamagram.com.
Normally this time of the year, a number of meetings where farmers have the opportunity to get together, chat a little bit, and talk to experts about how they can make a little bit more money as we go into the. Obviously, you have to keep those input costs down as low as possible, and that's a major situation that they've had to deal with now for the past couple of years. With all of the input costs skyrocketing, farmers have really had to sharpen the pencil, and so have their suppliers. Well, one of the suppliers that's working with farmers and doing a pretty good job right now is Simplot. Simplot Grower Solutions. Mike Day and his staff have put together quite a comprehensive plan. A heck of a meeting that's going on right now at the Saginaw Valley Research and Education Center in the Frankenmuth-Richville area. They started at about 8:30, 9 o'clock this morning. Featured speakers all morning long, and farmers are able to get their CCA, RUP, and MAEAP credits that they need so they can use some of these products for producing that crop next year. It's all a part of the big one, they call it, planning for next year here at the Research Center. More reports coming up.
Art Lewis here for WSGW, inviting you to explore America's last frontier from August 30th to September 10th, 2023. You'll fly from Detroit to Fairbanks for the start of a 12-day land and sea adventure. Ride the stern wheel of discovery as you learn about Alaska's diverse culture and rich history. Then it's on to Denali National Park for a tundra wilderness tour. From Denali, you'll ride a luxury dome rail car to Talkeetna and stay at the Talkeetna Alaskan Lodge. The next day finds you driving to Whittier to board Holland America's New Amsterdam for a 7-night cruise. You'll see Hubbard Glacier, Glacier Bay, plus stops in Skagway, Juneau, and Ketchikan before sailing the Inside Passage to your final destination of Vancouver, BC. Past experience tells us this will sell out fast. For a brochure, forward the brochure to you. Send to artlewis@wsgw.com. That's ARTLEWIS at WSGW.com. Alaska is calling.
Check out the WSGW Sports Broadcast page on WSGW.com. Want to know when and which WSGW station you can hear the Tigers, Red Wings, Michigan football and basketball, Saginaw Spirit hockey, and SVSU football? Click on the Sports Broadcast box on WSGW.com.
All right, just have a couple of minutes left here on the Art Lewis Show for this Thursday morning, and I want to touch on something that Carol brought up, because I believe in it, and that is that you cannot constantly have downers. You can't be negative all the time. There's too much in life to celebrate. And then sometimes we get caught up in the events of the day and the politics of the day and lose sight of all the good things that are around us. Dwayne and Reese be our last caller. Dwayne, good morning.
Good morning.
Morning.
Earlier it was said that you wish that maybe they should raise the age before security. Okay.
Yeah.
General Motors retirees cannot do that. I had to, and so other ones I still talk to, you got to sign up at 62 years old for Social Security. If you wait, you're just losing out.
Whoa. Why is that?
That's General Motors.
Well, how do they force you to sign up for Social Security at 62?
Well, you don't have to, but I guess I do. I mean, everybody that I retired at 48. Okay.
Yeah.
So, and I turned 62. I went and signed up for Social Security.
All right. Why couldn't you wait if you wanted to?
Well, I probably could have. I mean, you still get the same amount of money. Okay.
Well, no, you don't. No, you don't.
When your Social Security kicks in, they take that money off your pension.
Oh, that's what they're talking about. Okay.
Yes, they do. Example.
There you go. Now you explained it. Now,
yeah. $2,000 in my pension. Social Security gives me $1,000, and my pension goes down to $1,000.
Got it. Now I understand. That's the part that I was waiting to hear.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the part I was waiting to hear. Yeah, so it wouldn't. You don't gain anything.
The only advantage you might get would be on cost of living on. Back then, there wasn't much cost of living on Social Security.
Right.
Not like it's going to be this coming next year.
This one's going to be a big one. Yeah, this is going to be a big one.
I know it about what I got coming. I'm not going to say in the phone, radio, but
me either. Me either.
Mine's substantial. So
yeah, that's yeah. And I waited till I was almost 70 to take Social Security, so I benefited from all those increases.
Oh yeah, so you're getting one,
but nobody's
getting a lot more.
But nobody's taking anything on the other side from me, so that's why I waited. So, that's different. I'm glad. Listen, I'm glad you explained it to me, because I wouldn't have the vaguest idea.
I mean, I still talk to a couple of guys.
Yeah.
In fact, one just called me yesterday from the foundry, and okay.
Yeah. Dwayne, I got to run, but listen, pleasure talking to you. Thanks a lot. Bye bye now. We'll be back to close out.
Had your family's eyes checked lately? Most insurances end at the end of the year, so if you don't use it, you lose it. Now's the time to get that annual exam you've been putting off. Having school-aged children's eyes checked can help treat possible issues with schoolwork and prevent other eye-related diseases. To make an appointment with Dr. Cox, Dr. Kazmarek, or Dr. Engel at their Saginaw or Hemlock locations, call 792-8686. Eye Care, caring for our patients as we would want to be treated.
What's the best product I bought this year? Oh, that's easy. Salon Paws pain relieving patches. The proven medicines in Salon Paws patches reduce my pain and let me do the things I need to do every day.
In a recent clinical study, patients using Salon Paws reported improved sleep, mood, and the ability to work. They had less pain and were able to reduce their use of oral pain medications.
For pain, I use Salon Paws. It's good medicine.
Sponsored by Hisamitsu.
All right, that's going to run us out of this hour in the Art Lewis Show for this Thursday. We'll be back with more tomorrow on WSGW. We'll also chat with Ernie Krieger tomorrow about appliance repair at 9 o'clock. Meantime, stick around for the news, and then we'll be back with Focus. We'll focus on RocketGrabPlus.com. All that coming up next.
From the Premier Kitchen and Bath Gallery Studios, WSGW, Saginaw, Bay City, Midland, WSGW-FM, Carlton.
This is CBS News on the Hour, sponsored by General Steel.
I'm Steve Kathan. American basketball star Brittany Griner has been freed in a prisoner exchange with Russia.
She's safe. She's on a plane.
President Biden celebrated the news alongside Brittany Griner's wife, Sherelle, who told reporters her family is now whole.
I'm going to smile right now.
The deal to return Griner was a one-for-one swap for the convicted arms dealer known in law enforcement circles as the Merchant of Death, Victor Booth, convicted of conspiring to sell AK-47s that would have been used to kill American drug agents. Still left behind in Russia, retired Marine Paul Whelan, convicted of espionage charges that the U.S. calls false. Mr. Biden said the U.S. informed the Whelan family in advance of the announcement of Griner's release.
And my thoughts and prayers are with them today. They have to have such mixed emotions today.
In a statement, the Whelan family called the news a catastrophe for Paul. Stephen Portnoy, CBS News, Washington.
New York's Chuck Schumer has been reelected as Senate Democratic leader. Democrats will have 51 seats in the next Senate. Illinois Senator Tammy Duckworth introducing legislation requiring the FAA to rethink its review of airline seat sizes. She tells CBS News tight quarters on most commercial flights has compromised safety.
Airlines are traveling now with just about every seat filled. You can't just practice evacuating an aircraft that is only 30% full, because that's not the way commercial aviation looks today.
The House is voting today on the bill to protect same-sex and interracial marriages. There are signs what's been called a triple dip shape with cases of COVID, flu, and RSV on the rise. CBS's Carter Evans reports many hospitals are dealing with a surge in patients.
The ER is inundated with cases, and people are being hospitalized.
In Los Angeles County, COVID cases have soared 75% in just the last week. Douglas Chiriboga is a family medicine doctor, and he says the implications are clear.
Should there be another mandate in LA County? I think there should be, and I think eventually we're going to have that mass mandate.
Doctors say all three of the now prevalent viral infections sweeping the country could be slowed by mask wearing.
Iran says it executed a prisoner convicted for a crime allegedly committed during the country's ongoing nationwide protests. It's the first such death penalty carried out by Tehran. It's a brighter, warmer day for people in central North Carolina who've got electricity and heat back after several days without.
I've never been so happy to see electricity in my life.
And investigators are vowing to make attacks on substations. Shots were fired at one power installation in South Carolina. It was witnessed by a utility crew. There was no damage. Wall Street, the Dow is up 240. This is CBS News.
If you're a business owner renting or leasing, you can save a ton of money and own a custom-designed building made by General Steel. Just call 888-74-STEEL and get a quote today.
Hi, I'm Tom Kreitler, host of the Money Pit Home Improvement Show. If you think you need a new roof, think again. You can avoid replacement and save thousands with RoofMax, the world's first roof rejuvenation treatment. RoofMax is a safe, easy, and affordable alternative to costly asphalt roof replacement, and it's guaranteed. So don't replace, RoofMax.
Roof Max, a safe, easy, proven, affordable alternative to expensive asphalt shingle roof replacement. Call Ben today at 859-6751 or go to GetRoofMax.com for a free quote. Want to pay less for gas? Stop at 26 Forward Shell convenience stores where you'll save at least 5 cents a gallon on every fill-up with Shell Fuel Rewards. Earn even more cents off when you make purchases in-store on some of your favorite snacks and drinks. Stack the savings, and you can regularly save 10, 20, 30 cents or more off each gallon of gas. That's Fuel Rewards and your area Forward Shell convenience stores. And remember, when you want to pay less at the pump, go forward.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/find. That's ZipRecruiter.com/find.
Hi, this is Joe Cordell with the law firm Cordell & Cordell. When the prospect of divorce becomes a reality, you need a partner that you can count on. If you're a man in this situation, consider contacting Cordell & Cordell. We've helped men navigate complex legal matters for 30 years.
Contact Cordell & Cordell to schedule an appointment with one of our firm's Detroit area attorneys, a partner men can count on. Offices in Troy and Ann Arbor. Online at CordellCordell.com. That's CordellCordell.com.
Live from the 100.5 and 790 newsroom. GW News.
Cloudy skies and 33 degrees at 11:05. Good morning, I'm Mike Percha. Drivers will soon be able to cross Liberty Bridge in Bay City. Bay City Bridge Partners announced on Wednesday the bridge will reopen December 22nd. In addition to new electrical and mechanical systems, it will also feature a new driving surface, sidewalks and lighting, as well as an electronic tolling system. The organization says tolling will not begin until next March, after which it will cost nothing for residents with a transponder to cross for 5 years. Non-residents with transponders have a choice between $2 per crossing or $15 a month for unlimited crossings. Crossing Liberty Bridge without a transponder will cost drivers $5.50 due to extra processing costs, according to the bridge partners. The reopening will take place exactly 10 months after the bridge closed for construction on February 22nd. Michigan State Police are asking for help to identify a woman found shot to death and found in a vacant lot in the 2400 block of South Grand Traverse about 2 p.m. on Friday, December 2nd. The woman was in her 20s and her identity has yet to be confirmed. Police are investigating the incident as a homicide and are asking anyone with information to call Crime Stoppers at 1-800-422-JAIL. Governor Gretchen Whitmer and the Michigan Department of Natural Resources have announced they recommend 13 community parks, trails, and sports facilities, plus a state lock and dam to receive more than $7.4 million in Land and Water Conservation Fund grants. The funding will support boardwalk, trail, and park renovations and improvements, park pavilion and restroom development, lock and dam public water access, and more. Local improvements include Pondside Park improvements in Bay County in the Hampton Township area, receiving around $375,000. Other projects are located in Alpena, Cass, Sheboygan, Ionia counties, and more. WSGW News Time 11:07.
Bay City Bridge Partners is bringing you the same convenient route between home, work, school, and many attractions. It's Liberty Bridge, but better. With a smooth new deck surface, new more reliable bascule mechanics, electronics, and technology, saving you time and fuel costs, and adding another 75 years of life to help elevate and grow the Bay City community. Learn about the ease of electronic tolling and pre-register for a transponder account at BayCityBridgePartners.com.
This season, get medieval on Rhizoctonia with the powerful protection of Excalia fungicide from Valent USA. Here to shield your sugar beets from the treachery of Rhizoctonia, Excalia delivers excellent staying power, keeping your sugar beets from being conquered. Stay one step ahead of Rhizoctonia with the powerful protection of Excalia. Ask your retailer or visit valent.com/Excalia to learn more. Always read and follow label instructions.
WSGW News Time 11:08. The weather forecast is coming up next. Third graders held back over reading proficiency nearly doubled last year. According to a new study from Michigan State University, the number of third graders who missed state reading standards increased from 4.8% in 2020-2021 to 5.8% last year. The state's Read by Grade 3 law requires public school districts to hold back any students who don't meet the state's reading standards by the end of third grade. Car dealers are starting to get a little nervous about the future. Michigan News Network's Autobeat reporter Jeff Gilbert has details in this report.
The Cox Automotive Dealer Sentiment Index has slipped by about a third in the past year. A year ago, dealers were concerned about inventories, but as those inventories rebuild, they're starting to worry about rising interest rates and a weakening economy. Despite the concerns, dealers are still bringing home very good profits. Jeff Gilbert, the Michigan News Network.
Unsafe driving behaviors are on the rise after years of steady improvements nationwide. According to the report from the AAA Foundation for Traffic Safety, the rise in risky behaviors include speeding, red light running, drowsy driving, and drunk or drug driving. The National Highway Traffic Safety Administration says over 42,000 people died in crashes last year, an increase of over 10% in 2020. The battle continues in northern Michigan over the future of the nation's largest National Guard base. The Guard says it wants to double the size of Camp Grayling in order to train for future of warfare, but some residents are concerned about what an expansion would do to the environment. Opposition to the expansion is being led by people who live near the base, 14 townships, and numerous conservation groups. The DNR is accepting public comments on next Wednesday. WSGW News Time, 11:10. I'm Mike Perchak.
Here's your WSGW weatherology forecast. Mostly cloudy skies here for today with temperatures holding rather steady. North winds around 5 to 10 miles per hour. And then for tonight, mostly cloudy with a low around 28. Friday, we'll have a slight chance for some rain showers here late. Cloudy skies, high of 40 degrees. Then on Saturday, mostly cloudy and a high around 39. Sunday, chance for rain and snow mixing early, then cloudy skies for the day, high of 40 degrees. Monday, partial sunshine develops and a high around 39. Tuesday, chance for rain and snow mixing early and a high of 40. I'm meteorologist Jennifer Wojcicki with the WSGW weatherology forecast. Currently, it's 32.
Now, it's time to focus as WSGW presents the people, the places, the businesses, the culture, the area events and activities, all put into focus on 100.5 and 790 News Radio WSGW and online WSGW.com.
Good morning and welcome to another edition of Focus, sponsored by RoofMax, the safe, proven, easy, and affordable alternative to expensive asphalt shingle roof replacement. Find out about RoofMax online at getroofmax.com or call Ben at 989-859-6751. That's RoofMax, spelled with 2 X's. Well, as we get close to Christmas, I thought we'd revisit again, rocketgrabplus.com, where you can find lots of great gift ideas for half price. And some of them as low as $7.50 for a certificate, others as high as hundreds of dollars, which we will tell you about because we have some new items online here that are really, these are really wonderful gifts. But in order for you to take advantage of rocketgrabplus.com, you have to be a member. Doesn't cost anything. You just sign up at rocketgrabplus.com, and then you'll be notified every week of the various new items that show up on Rocket Grab Plus, and it's up to you to decide whether you want them or not. So let's begin and take a look at some of these new items. Here is from Blossom Spa, 6 sessions in the E900 facial machine for $192.50 at Blossom Spa in Saginaw. This is a $385 value for $192.50. 6 sessions, and their spa offers many different facials customized for your skin, A variety of massages, including lowering muscle pain with CBD oils, shellac manicures, pedicures, body waxing, lash and brow thinning, and spray tanning. Also unique gifts in their boutique. Again, this is 6 sessions in the E900 facial machine for $192.50, a $385 value. Here is another one. This is Cool Sculpting at Blossom Spa and Boutique. And this may be, I think, probably one of the most expensive items that we've ever had on Rocket Grab Plus. It's $1,000 certificate for one cycle of Cool Sculpting at Blossom Spa and Boutique for $500. And what is Cool Sculpting? How does it work? Well, you'd have to call them and they can tell you, or you can watch on YouTube. Look up Cool Sculpting. Apparently, it is quite the thing. It's a $1,000 gift certificate for one cycle of Cool Sculpting. And again, it is yours for $500. What a gift for someone. If you don't want to quite spend that much, well, Blossoms has something else for you. A spa facial for $35 from Blossom Spa, normally a $70 value. You get a spa facial. I call it a spatial. A spa facial at Blossom Spa for only $35, normally $70. That's a great savings. As you can see, all of these things save you a lot of money. Now we move on. A $25 gift certificate to Super Cute for $12.50. And Super Cute is in Freeland. It's a home decor and gift shop. The store features trendy clothing, holiday decor, giftable items, and a lot more. Again, this is a $25 gift certificate for only $12.50. And it's good through the end of next year. So there you go. Super Cute. Make a nice little gift. Another item from Blossom Spa in Saginaw. Body contouring treatment for eliminating cellulite. It's a $425 package for $212.50. And this deal includes a total of 8 treatments for body contouring that eliminates cellulite. Again, a $425 value for only $212.50. And that makes sense to save that much money. One of the most popular up-and-coming sports is axe throwing. And we've had a couple of deals about axe throwing. Here is half off of 1 hour of axe throwing for a group of 4 for only $40. It's an $80 value. Bearded Axe is a local veteran-owned business. They offer hourly times for axe throwing, ninja stars, and tomahawks. They're located at 4375 Bay Road in Saginaw. You buy this certificate. It's an $80 certificate for $40. And then you call ahead to check availability and book your time slot for 4 people. And you have to use that all in one hour session. But if you ever thought you might want to try axe throwing, here's the perfect way to do it at half price. We'll take a pause. When we come back, we'll hear from Terry Henny, who is out and about at the Bean and Beet Research Farm. All of that ahead and more here on WSGW.
Hello, this is Kevin from Applied Training Solutions in the Midland Mall. We are Mid-Michigan's premier CPL academy. Our instructors teach the fundamentals of self-defense in a friendly environment. Video simulation tools and a live fire range to help you build self-defense skills and learn proper technique. Visit our website, simu-range.com, simu-range.com to book your training session today. Use code RADIO25 to save $25. Applied Training Solutions, forward thinking, on target training.
RocketGrabPlus.com.
Our 12 deals of Christmas are going on right now at RocketGrabPlus.com. And this deal is for the Blossom Spa and Boutique. You can get $1,000 worth of cool sculpting done for only $500. You can also get 6 treatments of body contouring done for only $212.50. You can also get 6 sessions in the E900 facial machine for only $192. Last but not least, you can get a spa facial for only $35. Head to RocketGrabPlus.com right now to snag your deal.
There's never any FOMO with the iHeartRadio app. You won't ever have to miss out on your favorite shows and contests with this radio station again. Radio 24/7, 365. We're here when you want us. Stay connected and listen anywhere when you download the free iHeartRadio app.
Hey everybody, Terry Henney. We've been broadcasting this morning from the Saginaw Valley Research and Education Center on Reese Road between Richville and Frankenmuth. The reason why we're here is Simplot Grower Solutions. Mike Day and his staff have put together a whale of a program this morning with a number of featured speakers, anything from the Michigan Department of Agriculture to Cisco seed sales, the extension, and of course the MSU dry bean research staff, all here today speaking to a large group of farmers. RUP credits also available for many of these farmers. CCA. They're getting an education because what it's all about with Simplot is before seed, beyond harvest. That is what they adhere to at Simplot. And Mike Day and his staff are showing producers this morning on how they can produce a crop efficiently and make some money in 2023. We'll have a lot more on this meeting during the farm program, which comes up in just a few minutes from right now.
Dickinson pivots, Banks had a block, got his own rebound, laid it up and in, and Michigan with 8 straight leads again, 50-49.
The Michigan Wolverines open up the Big Ten schedule when they take on the Minnesota Golden Gophers on the road. Coverage begins at 8:30 tonight on 790 News Radio WSGW.
Thank you for being with 100.5 and 790 News Radio WSGW in the premier kitchen and bath gallery showroom and design center studios.
All right, back with you here in the final moments of focus for this Thursday morning, talking about Rocket Grab Plus and the holidays. And you can save yourself a lot of money on things that you might want for yourself or to gift to others. For example, how about carpet cleaning? Half off carpet cleaning for up to 850 square feet. It's a $300 value for only $150 from Patriot Carpet Cleaning. And their process is different. They use a lot less water, and the carpet dries in 1 to 4 hours and perfectly clean. Again, Patriot Carpet Cleaning, a $300 gift certificate for only $150. During the break, you heard about Applied Training Solutions and their CPL class. Yes, indeed, they are one of the premier CPL trainers in the region. CPL classes everywhere, including applied training, cost $150. But for you, on Rocket Grab Plus, you buy your CPL course for $75. And the CPL class is necessary for anyone looking for the proper certification to apply for a concealed pistol license in the state of Michigan. You must be 21 or older. And Applied Training Solutions is the Midwest premier firearms simulator training center. Their certified instructors use the latest training tools from the smokeless range and laser ammo training technologies. And you know, the high cost and unpredictable supply of training ammunition make live fire training very expensive. The ATS simulation range is a cost-effective solution for maintaining and improving your skills. And during the CPL class, they will give you all of the classroom, many hours of training that you need. It's all done in one day. You'll have a couple of hours of simulator training, simulator fire training, and then you will have an hour of live range fire. It's all that required so that you can have your certification to get your CPL. Again, a $150 CPL class for only $75 from Applied Training Solutions. My friends at Westside Decorating Center, who sponsor the Art Lewis Show, are offering you a $100 gift certificate for only $50 to Westside Decorating. It's not for any specific product. It's a $100 certificate to use in their fabulous store, which has expanded into their expanded showroom. They specialize in providing the materials needed for home repair and renovation products. They carry paint, hard surface flooring, carpeting, window treatments. Whether your next project entails simple repairs or professional remodeling, they've got the right equipment and products for you. They make it easier to achieve a finished project by supplying what you need. And also, by the way, they're knowledgeable. They can help you with any issues that you may have. Westside Decorating Center, stayed at Weineke in Saginaw, a $100 gift certificate for only $50. That is a great deal. Well, how does this all work? Well, those are the items that are in Rocket Grab Plus. And you sign up as a member of Rocket Grab Plus. It costs you nothing. You go to rocketgrabplus.com and sign up. Every week you will get notification of the latest deals in Rocket Grab Plus. And then you decide if you want to buy them or not. It's all done online. The certificates are downloaded, and you're all set. It's that simple. RocketGrabPlus.com. Sign up today. If you have some folks that you need to buy some specialized gifts for, perfect opportunity right here on RocketGrabPlus.com, just in time for the holidays. All right, that'll do it for RocketGrabPlus.com and Focus today, brought to you by RoofMax. You can call Ben at 989-859-6751 for more information, or go online to GetRoofMax.com. RoofMax spelt with 2 X's. Do it today.
Had your family's eyes checked lately? Most insurances end at the end of the year, so if you don't use it, you lose it. Now's the time to get that